at that. A win, a dub, a victory to talk about. It's a Victory Tuesday here on Ben and Woods. Hang on one second. Bubbled up on me there at the last second. Sorry about that. I thought I was good. I'm not. But no, man, what a great morning. Driving in this morning, window down. Finally get to hear a grap up on Ben and Woods. Play that for you later. But welcome in, everybody. Thanks to everyone who's joining us this morning. I'm Woodsy. Paul Randall's our executive producer. Good morning, Paulie.
Hey, how are you?
Doing good, man. Doing good. And Ben Higgins, your friendly neighborhood sports anchor, joins us as well. How are you, pal?
I'm good.
Good.
I hate how much the team spins me out.
Yes, I know.
Because I drove in this morning, and we didn't mention it yesterday, but
National Sex Day?
No.
That's today.
June 9th.
We were going to mention it. We were going to mention it yesterday, and then you said, no, I have to wait for the actual day.
No.
Which is today.
He's very superstitious on National Sex Day.
So we don't have assigned parking places here at
Yes.
our Odyssey headquarters.
Correct.
But because we arrive so early, we generally get our pick of wherever we want to park in the lot.
Mhm.
And I am a creature of habit, so I almost always pull into the same spot. Just my comfort zone. I know exactly where to start turning to try to end up in the middle of the lane. The spots are kind of narrow. So I've been doing this for quite a while now. Same spot. Yesterday, I arrive, and the parking lot is almost empty, but Woods was there first, and he had parked in, quote-unquote, my spot.
Sure did.
So I thought, all right, well, I'll just go and park in his spot where he usually now, did you do that on purpose to try to mix things up?
1,000%.
Because you know I'm not superstitious.
Yeah, but you know I am a little stitious.
He's a little stitious.
I'm a little stitious.
And there's no possible way that can have any effect. But now that they won yesterday, I had the same thought that we better be in the same spot this morning. You were, and I did, and I went to your spot again. Not that can have anything to do with our baseball team. There's no way.
No correlation.
Where we park in the morning can possibly impact what the San Diego Padres do later that evening. They don't know where we park.
Elisa
they don't care where we park.
Elisa says, wow, Woods, the disrespect. Listen, Elisa, I come from the early bird gets the worm, right? I'm the first one here. I'll park wherever I want.
It's not like a better spot. It's just a spot.
Yeah,
they're
right.
all about.
No, it's not.
They're
It's
both
nothing
about
better.
the same. It's
Yeah,
not like the closest one. Or
I park just wherever. I don't really park in the same spot, but I do remember about a year ago, Bennett had a similar discussion to this where you said yeah, I love that spot. That's my spot.
Mm-hmm.
And for the next 2 months, anytime I A, drove to work, and B, got here before you, I always tried to park in your spot.
that's evil. First of all,
That's extremely evil and mean.
Not that again. It should
Mostly
matter
because I was
to
like,
me.
that's at your spot.
I'm
There's
not-
no spot.
there is no spots, but you just get comfortable and you get into a routine, and I like to maintain my routine. So you both have been guilty of just trying to interrupt my routine. But yesterday, the interruption of the routine matched up with a much-needed Padres victory. So now I don't know what we're going to do going forward, but we are in the same spots as yesterday today to make sure that in case we have some sort of effect on your baseball team, that we didn't do anything to mess it up.
Just wanted to ruin everyone's day by saying I'm actually not in the same spot because John from John and Tammy decided to park in the spot that I was in yesterday, which is normally your spot.
John was in my spot. You weren't in my spot.
And I pulled in this morning. I was like, cool, man. You guys just get everything you want down the hall at KSON. You just walk around here. You can walk around here just swinging it around.
Stealing Ben's spot.
Well, I'm in
Stealing
your
Ben's spot.
So if I'm the one who actually has the impact on the baseball
God
team.
bless.
This
So
is what they do to us.
But I pulled back. I backed in next to him. I was like, cool. You swiped my spot. Beat me here by 30 seconds. He was backing in as I was pulling in. So listen, I don't know how much effect it has, but yeah, I mean, the switching things up, mixing it up. I'm a big fan of that. I believe in it. Changing my socks, all that weird stuff. I do. Change my bat. If I have a really bad AB, I'd punish myself and don't let myself use batting gloves the next one. I have to earn my batting gloves back. It's a whole mental gymnastics.
Fine.
That
At
goes
least
on.
you're playing in those games.
That's
and
true.
You have some sort of impact and effect on the outcome. We have zero impact on the outcome of a Padres game.
I know. It is weird.
But I think a lot of people in San Diego, especially when the team is going poorly, thinks that same way, that I need to mix something up just to change the karma of the city to help my baseball team win a gosh darn game.
Which of these days are all of us most likely to celebrate today? Okay. National Donald Duck Day, National Strawberry Rhubarb Pie Day, National No Apologies Period Day, both my kids will be celebrating that. International Dark and Stormy Day, National Meal Prep Day, National Call Your Doctor Day, and National Forklift Safety Day. Also, it is Sex Day.
I am definitely planning on practicing forklift safety today.
What I wouldn't do. I was gonna make a joke about you, but then I thought, what I wouldn't do to see any of us operating a forklift. This is not just a Ben thing.
No,
Paulie, go ahead, back it up.
Like,
Are you sure? I picture me getting caught in the loop where it's just doing a
You're
360.
doing spins.
Yeah, dude. Let's see. Out of all of those, I'm probably National Meal Prep Day is the one I'm most likely to celebrate today.
I'm probably actually National Strawberry Rhubarb Pie Day.
Really?
I mean, I had strawberry cream pie last week, which, by the way, I found out is from Costco because I saw it at Costco over the weekend. So if anyone wants to experience the strawberry cream pie that I had, it was definitely available at the Carlsbad Costco over the weekend, at least.
There is nothing funnier than when he says strawberry cream pie. It gets me he looks me the weird thing is he looks me dead in the eye when he says it too, and it just lays
Got some
me
strawberry cream pie to look
That's
forward to today at work.
So good, dude. Gets me every day. Paulie, what about you? What are you most likely to celebrate?
Oh, most likely to celebrate probably National No Apologies Period Day. Sorry, I'm not sorry.
Sorry, I'm not sorry today. Apologizing is it's an art form and it's a skill. And it's funny because this has happened to me recently at home. You know, I got small 8-year-old and a 5-year-old, married, and accountability is something you try to preach to your kids.
Mm-hmm.
If you screw up, that's okay. You try to teach it to your team if you're a coach. You try to teach it to your students if you're a teacher. You try to teach it to your underlings at work if you have them. Hey, it's okay to make a mistake, but you do have to wear it, right? And I found myself the other day, a hypocritical dad. Taylor did something wrong. He came in and he's like, "I'm sorry, Dad," which is so good for a 5-year-old to know. My dad's upset. I need to go apologize. I can't believe I did this and I'm regretting it. I'm going to apologize to him.
But not today, because today is National No Apologies Period.
Period. Tomorrow I'll get it. How about this one? All right, so you say, "I'm sorry, Dad."
I'm sorry, Dad.
You know, Taylor, I'm tired of hearing words. I need to start seeing some action. You can say you're sorry all you want, but until you change your behavior, that's when it's going to be right. And there's a bit of a shred of truth to it, right? If somebody punches you in the face every day, they're like, "Sorry,
Yeah, right.
temper got away from me." You're like, "Hey, man, I need you to stop doing it." Like,
True.
I'm glad that you're sorry, but please stop punching me in the face when you get mad, right? Like,
Yeah, at some point you got to learn it's not just saying I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
because then you start to realize the sorry is just a little salve for a burn, right? You're like, "Hey, sorry I did that," right? "Sorry I stole that money out of your wallet."
Right.
"Sorry about that," right? You have to change
It doesn't
your behavior.
automatically fix everything.
But man, it doesn't. It doesn't. And I did find myself going, "Man, you've literally been begging these children to apologize when they do something wrong. Then they apologize, and it's
not
still
enough.
not good enough." And
Take the win.
take the dub, right? Just
and
walk away.
Take the win. Exactly.
You don't care how you got there. You just take the win.
I rarely ever. I don't know if I've ever ordered a dark and stormy.
Oh, I went to Barbados.
It's basically a Moscow Mule, but with rum instead of vodka. It's
rum and ginger beer.
ginger beer, and lime.
I went to
Yeah.
Barbados many years ago, and
You went to Barbados.
Yeah.
I don't think I knew this about you.
my first honeymoon.
Okay.
Somebody's going to weigh in on the chat. Thanks for probing on that, Ben.
You always say be curious.
Be less curious.
What was your favorite part about Barbados?
I'm sorry that I asked you about Barbados.
What kind of were you guys at a resort? Was it the all inclusive or
In a house.
a house?
Oh, God, that's so good.
You guys on the beach?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was great.
What would you say is the most
Sounds
adventurous
amazing.
thing you did in Barbados?
I can't say it on the radio. Turn the mics off. I'll tell you.
Ooh, wow.
Right? All right. So,
all right. Yeah.
it's pretty adventurous.
Yeah.
But we went snorkeling.
Oh, yeah. That's,
Sure, my wife loves me recounting. It is Sex Day. I think that one's out. National Sex Day. That's out. But anyway,
all right.
The dark and stormy there is like it's like it's the national drink. And I don't really like the taste of ginger all that much. Something about being there, the way they make it. I mean, I must have had 1,000 of them. They're so.
I like drinks that
good.
have ginger beer in them.
Do you see? I do not like the flavor.
I've never purchased ginger beer.
No,
I had no interest in just ginger beer.
I have a legit question. Is ginger beer actually beer, or is it alcoholic?
Ginger ale?
It's not ginger.
It's simply
is it like root beer?
I think it's a marketing strategy for ginger ale. It may be slightly more gingery, but it is non-alcoholic and like a craft version of ginger ale.
It's not alcoholic.
Yeah, it's
ginger
non-alcoholic.
beer is a highly carbonated sweetened beverage brewed and fermented with real ginger root. Unlike its milder cousin, ginger ale, ginger beer is known for having a robust, fiery flavor profile.
It does. It's got a little sting to it.
Yeah.
It's definitely not ginger ale. But the ginger, the dark and stormy over there, I'd never had one until I got there. Like, try this, and you do it. You're like, it's pretty good. This is what you guys drink over here. So that
it's
was
just like a
nice.
mixer. I mean, I don't know. Do a lot of people drink tonic water?
Only
on airplanes.
Only one psychopath that I've ever met.
Anybody else, I should say. Anybody that's not an alien.
That's true. The list of people that just drink tonic water over ice is Ted Bundy, the Night Stalker Richard Ramirez, John Wayne Gacy, and Ben Higgins, who gets on a plane and drinks
the bitterness.
The Mount
of
Rushmore of tonic water drinkers.
Yes. What's it in there?
Quinine.
Quinine.
Makes it bitter.
That it's just the weirdest. Oh, there she is. Tell us more. She said that in the chat.
About Barbados.
I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming.
Oh,
sorry. I'm very sorry. He asked me the question. I had to answer it. Happy Sex Day, babe. National Sex Day today. Man, fun one last night. Not really. It was actually a white knuckle, horrible experience that you needed several breaks to go your way to get that win. But the general rule here on Ben and Woods is that we do not complain about wins. I actually had to. People were so worked up after the win, but not in a good way, right? People were so worked up that the top of the order, once again, didn't really do much. And I go, hey, man, try to enjoy this win tonight. No matter how you got there. It was ugly. We had an ugly, Paul, you were at that ugly ass game on Saturday. That was an ugly win, but a win just the same. And maybe, just maybe, it's something that gets these guys, a little bit of confidence. So I understand we can pick apart, analyze. I'm so down to do it, point out things that they did wrong, things that, were a little bit out of character. I made a phone call last night to our friend Baseball Nick. I made a phone call to him to ask, hey man, was Ty France in the right spot on that sac fly? Just because I'm trying to learn as much as I can. And we had a 20-minute conversation about cutoff duties. And I love that stuff. I could spend hours talking about what guys' responsibilities are and where they need to be. But yeah, there are things that they absolutely could have done better and needed to clean up. There was a Xander Bogaerts base running thing that you pointed out too. But at the end of the day, the bottom of the lineup got it done. Guys that you're not really counting on. And I think defensively too, really spectacular out there in left field from Samad Taylor. So we don't really do like a Ben and Woods player of the game, but we should. And it would be Samad Taylor. He would be our player of the game.
Which is odd since Freddie Fermin homered for a third straight game and added an RBI single as well.
Yeah.
And laid down a really good bunt.
Yeah.
And still not the player of the game because definitely Samad Taylor. I'm happy for those guys, getting a chance to contribute. But you're right. We'll talk all about the things that they still need to clean up. Doesn't mean we're complaining.
No, I think there's
definitely a difference between complaining.
I just think it's fun to talk about.
And still acknowledging the reality of, like, this team's still quite a ways away from where they need to be if they want to have sustained success. But happy to take the win. Speaking of cleaning up and needing to clean things up, I need to say something because it's been a few weeks now, and you know me, I'm generally just get through it. I'm not the squeaky wheel that needs the grease all the time. There has been an epidemic of crumbs at my particular workstation every morning. Today is really bad. On the keyboard here is covered in crumbs, like covered in.
Hang on.
There's like a.
Hang on, dude.
Yeah,
I'm calling an audible. That's dandruff and dead.
I don't know.
There's like a film
look
on the
over
keyboard.
here. There's like bigger crumbs, like cracker crumbs, and it's just all over. And there's two potential culprits now that, Brayton sits here after me, but he wasn't here yesterday.
But
Scraby was in, but this has been going on for a while.
So you think Scraby's in the clear?
So I think it might be Chris Ello and his cracker fetish that I've heard he has during the show. But we're going to need to clean this up, Chris, like literally and metaphysically, because I don't want to show up every single morning with a pile of crumbs on my keyboard and around my workspace in here.
I walked in, there was a cute little mouse holding one and just eating it, and we had a nice chat this morning. No, it's crummy. I will say, I do see the crumbs you're talking about. What it looks like on the keyboard is that somebody was filing their nails. It's
bad.
The leftover remnants of like picking their skin. It looks like dandruff / dead skin, which is awesome.
It looks like they took one of those foot graters to get the dead skin off. And they just
like
did one of these.
No. There's a grater.
There's like a cheese grater for your feet.
It looks like
a cheese grater.
Parmesan cheese grater.
Yeah, and you just
and it gets all the dead skin off, and it looks like they did that whilst hovering over your keyboard.
And the reason why it bothers, I worry about the condensation from my iced coffee. Like I clean that up for Braden because I don't want him to have to deal with a slight wet like space where my coffee has been sitting all morning because there's usually a ring. So I'll use a rundown at the end and I'll scrub it off so his area is clean when he walks in here. But someone is not doing the same for me at the end of the day right now.
If I find out that somebody is filing the bottom of their feet over the keyboard, that's it. I shan't be coming back. If you want me on this show, you'll send the gear and set up a home studio for me. As much as I love feet, I do not love that part of feet.
See, now you're in the clear during baseball season because no one generally sits there.
Right.
Because Tony, when he does the show, he's usually either at Petco Park or on the road and joining remotely. So that chair tends to be empty. Obviously, someone's always in Paul's seat. So, someone's got to control the board.
Yeah.
But I feel like Ello needs to clean things up a little bit.
Yeah, clean it up, buddy. He's been doing this a long time. He's no rookie.
You said he has a cracker fetish?
Yeah, what's this about?
I've heard that he likes to eat crackers during breaks on his show.
That's a
tough,
interesting choice for a radio host.
It is. It's tough because that's the one that you're
talking a lot and
you're trying to
it sticks to your gums, your teeth or whatever.
No, it's not I'll do some yogurt, protein shake, and a banana. That's it. All soft. You can all, get it down. It's not gonna stick with you. It's not peanut butter where you're trying to.
I understand snacking, 2 to 6, whatever, late in the day, you need a little something to get you to dinner time, a late dinner after your show. So I don't mind, but can we just brush off the crumbs at the end of the day?
You need a little vacuum. Yeah, dust buster. Yeah.
That would be nice.
It's not the worst idea.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we used to have in radio, there's a dispenser out there and they're still there. The dispenser's there, but there's no wet wipes in it. And you could come in, you wipe down your mic, wipe down your area, and then you split. And that's how we used to do it in radio. We don't do it that way anymore. A lot's changed in this business. But, man, let's get into it. We can talk about it. I think everybody's mood is generally improved, even though it's just one win. How many games to go? 97
or
right?
something. Yeah.
So a lot more of these to get through. But it is fun watching your team secure a victory at home. I think their record's back to 500 at home, if I'm not mistaken. And again, we white knuckled that game. Oh my God, did we white knuckle until we didn't have to? And it was Mason Miller coming in, getting the job done. And but yeah, let's get it.
All right, when we come back, set the menu for what we've got coming up on a Tuesday. And yes, for the first time in 3 weeks, we will play a winning wrap-up for your San Diego Padres on this radio program.
It's almost, you can't even wrap your head around it.
Exactly 3 weeks ago today was the last
I had to
time
go
we had
find
one.
the winning track.
It's got Chris Ello's foot shavings all over it because it's just been sitting there.
I did. Dust it off. Yeah.
We will dust it off and play it for you. Coming up next, broadcasting live from the Bill Howe Studios, filled with crumbs. We know how. It's Ben and Woods on a Tuesday morning on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. First, though, baseball season, fortunately, is a marathon, not a sprint. You win it by staying disciplined over the long haul. Retirement works the same way. A lot can happen over 20 or 30 years. We're seeing it in the world right now. Market swings, inflation, healthcare costs, even unexpected expenses. And without a plan, it's easy to get knocked off course. That's why Trajan Wealth focuses on long-term strategy. TRAJANwealth.com. Their fiduciary advisors help build retirement plans designed to hold up through good seasons and tough ones based on your goals and your risk tolerance. Their local offices in Liberty Station, Carlsbad, and Del Mar, they understand what it really costs to retire here in San Diego. If you've been thinking about getting a game plan in place, now is a good time. You can start by calling 1-855-TRAJAN1. That's 1-855-TRAJAN1. And when you're ready, everything starts at TRAJANwealth.com. Trajan Wealth. Plan smarter, dream bigger. Advisory services through Trajan Wealth LLC. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Actual client, paid advertisement. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please
just
don't.
a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Not that now.
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Ben Woods brought to you by David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. Got a winning wrap up finally that we're going to play for you in just a few minutes here. But coming up also on the program today in our 7 o'clock hour, we've got Don't Do This. We will update you on the fallout of the Brandon Sorsby gambling scandal at Texas Tech.
Oof.
And the response, I think somewhat unexpected response by the rest of college football and college athletics. We've also got a really good do this story from last night in the Angels-Astros game that you might have missed. So we'll do that at 7:20. At 7:35, our MLB Reach Around will include the rest of baseball. Wildest game of the season, perhaps, last night in a city that doesn't usually host Major League Baseball games. They played a game in Las Vegas. The A's with a little preview of where they're going to be moving in a couple of years. And if this is a preview of what baseball in Vegas looks like, looks a lot like what baseball in Colorado looks like as well, or at least used to look like. A wild 15-14 game.
I was like, is Vegas at Mexico City height elevation?
It was like that Mexico City game the first time the Padres went. Like, how many home runs were in the game? 11 home runs.
I mean, fun ass game to go to. That's what you live for. If you're
once,
you can't that can't be your life every night. Like you're fighting for your life, your pitching staff. You'll never get a guy that wants to pitch for you. And I know it's going to be in a different stadium and
I was going to say, what are the dimensions on that?
I mean, it's a minor league fields aren't usually like way smaller than major league fields, but it's outdoors in Las Vegas in the dry heat that I'm sure makes the ball carry more. balls get, dried out. I don't know if they have a humidor or not in Vegas or what they did, but they'll need to figure that out before they start playing 81 of those games every season. But we'll talk about that in our MLB Reach Around. In our 8 o'clock hour, we'll play some Take on Woods. Got 3 categories left this week to try to qualify for our staycation at the Town and Country in Mission Valley. And then at 8:35 in our SDCCU fan hotline, it's not Big Bank Banking. It is better. It's an Incorporator Tuesday. We'll be joined by the voice of the Padres, Jesse Agler, trying to pick out a K word for him as we progress through the alphabet this season on the Incorporator.
Yeah, not so easy, is it?
And it'll be nice. Jesse's always been the calm one, and now we get to talk about a win for the first time in a few weeks when Jesse joins us on a Tuesday. So we'll chat with Jesse at 8:35, 9 o'clock hour. Rindle Report. I don't know if that's where we stick in the basketball game from last night, but the San Antonio Spurs back in the series with the win on the road in Game 3 at Madison Square Garden. Still down 2-1. It was nervous time at the end as they were trying to hold on desperately for the win, but they did get it, and now we've got the makings of potentially good series. It was looking like maybe a sweep, going into the game yesterday. If the Knicks were able to pull that one out, I didn't see much hope for the series going deep at 3-0, but now the Spurs absolutely have a chance to get back in this thing. So we can talk some basketball in our 9 o'clock hour and get you ready for tonight's Game 2 of the series. Padres going for a series victory, but it won't be an easy task with the Reds sending Chase Burns to the mound. Who's probably their best, at least healthy pitcher right now in their rotation up against Lucas Giolito. Yeah, Burns 7-1 with a 2.05 ERA.
Really good.
Fantastic this year.
Kid kind of coming into his own, but Andrew Abbott had pitched so lights out against the Padres. He didn't have a bad outing at all last night, but we're able to kind of hang around. And I think with the Reds, ask Tito about it. You get to their bullpen, you feel like you have a good chance to win. Maybe you hit one in their infield too at about 15 miles an hour. You also have a good chance to get guys on. They real sloppy for the Reds, and they've been struggling too. I think they're 2-11 or something in their last 13
I know they've
games.
lost 5 in a row.
5 in a row.
And they got off to a similar start. The Padres got off to that 19-9 start.
Yeah.
I think I looked it up yesterday. The Reds were like 21-11 to start the season.
Yeah, about the same.
And about the same time, both teams just
nosedive.
Nosedive at the same moment, and the Reds even more so. They're under 500 at this point. Padres are still barely clinging to life above 500. I think got back to 3 games above 500 with the win yesterday, and technically tied for the final wild card spot in the National League again because the Arizona Diamondbacks were off. So Padres and D-backs are tied for second place right now in the National League West after the win yesterday. But would be great to get a series victory. Great to have a chance to go for a sweep tomorrow. But like we said, tough customer on the mound tonight for the Cincinnati Reds. We'll see if the Padres can build on some of the success they had in yesterday's game. We've also got another pair of tickets to give away to KSON NASCAR Country Fest. We gave away our first pair yesterday. Have another chance to win tickets for the concert on Saturday, June 20th at Gallagher Square, featuring Steven Wilson Jr., who has the Woods seal of approval.
2 thumbs up.
Country star.
He's so good.
All right, let's check traffic, and then when we come back, we will actually hear it. Try to remember what it sounds like. A winning Padres grap up.
I think there's like a clip from Bull Durham somewhere.
I have goosebumps. Literally, it's been so long.
Coming up next year with Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com.
Spring Valley, southbound on the 125 at Paradise Valley Road. An earlier crash had lanes blocked. All lanes are back open. This has been moved to the center divide. Joey Vlasny, Odyssey San Diego traffic.
Traffic brought to you by Albertsons, Vons, and Pavilions. Shop Vons or Albertsons for hot deals on family favorites. This week, get fresh bulk boneless, skinless chicken breasts for $2.49 a pound. And Haagen-Dazs ice cream limit for total 14-ounce or 3-count bars are $1.99 each when you buy 2 with membership where applicable.
I love winning, man. I love winning. You hear what I'm saying? It's like better than losing. Are you ready?
How did things play out in yesterday's game?
I liked last night's game.
It's time for the
Padres wrap up
with Ben and Woods.
You guys are the voice of San Diego.
Brought to you by Hamul Casino Resort. Hey, player, the rooftop pool's open. Day passes are available, and the spa is calling your name. Hamul Casino Resort, the player's place.
The pitch is swung on, sent in the air, deep to left field. Here we go again. Bleday is back at the wall. He will watch it. It's going to go. How about 3 for Freddie Fermin? A lead homer here in the third. The Padres lead 1-0, and you can't make it up. 1 now. Stewart grounds it up the middle. That'll go into center at a base hit. Bleday rounding third on his way. He'll come in to score. RBI single, Sal Stewart, and it's 1-1 here in the fifth. His pitch, Royal swings, sends it in the air to center field straight away. Should be deep enough. Merrill going to make the catch. Marte tagging at third on his way home. He will score. The throw comes into Tatis. They got Stevenson hung up between first and second, and he is able to scamper back to first base. France was not at the bag, so Fernando was chasing him back to first, but he had nobody to throw the ball to. A sac fly, and the Reds take a 2-1 lead. Gavin swings, lines it the other way. That is a fair ball down the left field line, going to tie the game. Bogarts rounding third on his way. Sheets speeding into second base, an RBI double, and it's 2-2 in the seventh. Still nobody out. His lead, the 3-1. He squares the bunt, pushes it towards first. Stewart has it, tried to come home, lost it with the bare hand. Sheets will score, and the Padres have the lead. Still nobody out. In the bottom of the seventh, it's 3-2. Look back at Taylor now. The pitch. There's a line drive into center field. Another base hit. Samad Taylor running around third at full speed. Helmet off. He'll score standing up. Ready for Mean, another RBI. 6-2 Padres in the eighth. Padres by 4 in the ninth. 2 outs, nobody on. 1-2 to Bleday. Miller will kick and deliver. And a swing and a miss. Strike 3. 103 from Mason Miller, who strikes out this side in the ninth to seal the deal. And the Padres with a very satisfying 6-2 win over the Reds in game 1 of this series.
What was it like to have an inning where you executed and things went your way? It seems like that was the first one in a while.
That was a good feel. Yeah, you're right. It felt like we hadn't had one at all this whole season. I know that's not the case, but, when you score that many runs in an inning, it feels very good. Feels like, all right, starting to trend in the right direction and create some positive vibes in the dugout. It's a little bit more lively and there's some momentum. So hopefully we can keep the momentum going and bring it into tomorrow.
I know it's kind of what you were looking for from those guys, Bowen and Taylor, just, their contributions tonight. What does that bring to you guys?
Yeah, they basically won us the game tonight. Just being able to execute what we're asking them to do, steal some bases, to put some bunts down, take some good ABs. They came through with a couple hits in that last inning. So, they've been performing really well in AAA. And they, kind of opened our eyes in spring training also. Won us a few games in spring training playing that way. And we just like that athleticism, that speed, what they bring on defense. They just bring a lot of intangibles to the game, that can create some havoc and make the other team have to make plays. Tonight was indicative of that, and it helped us win the game.
Padres 6-2 win over the Cincinnati Reds in the series opener, and I think we can call it the Samad Taylor game. Comes up, and let's see, what was the first big play? Was throwing out the runner at home in the second inning on the attempted sacrifice fly.
Beautiful throw.
Absolutely. Like two-hopper, perfect to home plate. Nice tag by Freddie Fermin.
The position that he got himself in to throw, it's a bit of a lost art in baseball these days. You do see, Toddy, who has an absolute cannon, he will throw more flat-footed, I think, than you'd like sometimes. And Samad Taylor, I watched his route, and I went, oh, my God, he's coming right through this ball. He's going to get this guy. And he got him. Guy still hasn't touched the plate.
Matt McClain, I'm sure they have a scouting report on Samad Taylor's arm from the minor leagues in spring training.
But you take that chance, I think.
I mean, it wasn't a deep fly ball, but it wasn't a shallow fly ball either. It was a medium to medium shallow fly ball. And they made him make the throw, which, is probably the right decision if you're the Cincinnati Reds.
Agreed.
He made the throw. Very nicely done by Samad Taylor. The Padres then took the lead in the bottom of the third inning on Freddie Fermin's third home run in 3 games. Which I'm as surprised as anyone that, that Freddie Fermin has the ability to hit home runs in 3 straight games. It gives me hope that if Freddie Fermin can turn it around, then you would think Manny Machado could turn it around at some point as well.
Maybe one's listening to Steven Souza Jr., maybe one isn't.
But
I can't even believe I said that with a straight face.
I did have the feeling, and I said it last week, that it feels like the Padres start every game trailing 0-0.
Yeah, it does.
And then they took the 1-0 lead, and it still felt like they were slightly behind.
Right.
Which was weird. It was like, okay, they've cut into that 0-0 deficit, and now they're only slightly behind with a 1-0 lead.
Yeah.
Because you just didn't feel like, all right, you've got to get more for Walker Buehler. You can't just go, okay, Walker, there's your run. Now make it hold up the rest of the game. That's not a winning strategy. And of course, eventually Walker Buehler did give up the run in the 5th inning and got knocked out of the game at 1-1. Not that Walker Buehler was bad. I thought he was very solid, and he's been doing what he's been doing lately, pitching 4 to maybe 5 innings, keeping the Padres in the game, giving up 1, 2, maybe 3 sometimes, but seems like they've always had a chance to win when Walker Buehler pitches lately, and once again had a chance to win 4 2/3. He had a lot of hits. I mean, gave up 8 hits, but limited it to just the 1 earned run and had 4 strikeouts.
That's when you say scattered.
Scattered 8 hits, right?
Hits. It's a much better way to put it than gave up 8 hits. Oh, he scattered 8 hits, and
such a great softening.
No, it's so good.
A mediocre outing.
How'd you do yesterday, Woodsy? Scattered 14 hits. Took a 6-1 L, but scattered 14, and no, it was the thing is, it's so great to get those add-on runs late, right? The insurance runs, and you still used Mason Miller, and I thought that was the right move yesterday. But it would be nice to get 3 or 4 early, right? Instead of just these nail-biting knuckles.
Sure.
But we'll take the wins how we get them here right now.
And, give Samad Taylor credit in the top of the 6th inning when the Reds did take the lead. Noelvi Marte singled, stole second, but Samad Taylor made a really good catch deep in the gap. It ended up moving the runner from 2nd to 3rd, and he scored on the sacrifice fly, but credit for Taylor on a really nice catch there. And then there was the play that you had mentioned that the Padres on the sac fly in the 6th inning, deep fly to Maryland center. Clearly, the runner's going to score, but the runner at first base was tagging from 1st to 2nd, and the Padres had him, but there was no one behind him when he went back to first base to get him. And you were wondering, was Ty France out of position? Was he supposed to be there? Was Adrian Morejon supposed to be there instead of backing up at home plate on that play? Or did everybody do everything right, and that simply was the outcome of the play?
Yeah, the first baseman is the cut, to center field and right field, and you had no chance to have a play at the plate. So I even found it fascinating that Morejon, and again, this is creatures of habit, right? Morejon goes
like muscle memory.
He goes from the mound to back up a throw to home potentially, which there won't be one because that run is scoring 100% unless the guy falls and twists his ankle, sniper gets him. He's scoring with ease, right? And so I just wondered, I think France was backing up Toddy, but there was no one at first. Could more? I don't know. I literally called our buddy Baseball Nick and was like, "Hey man, what do you think on this?" And he said
like if that ball is hit on the ground and there's a runner on second, Ty France is the cutoff.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean? But like
who
that
covers
ball was,
first there? Tatis then
he
would cover first, shortstop cover second.
Pitcher
it's so
goes
fascinating.
Behind the mound,
baseball,
behind the plate.
Baseball is so fascinating to me. And as somebody that is coaching it and trying to learn as much as I can, it can make your brain spin. He told me a story about his old college coach, and they were watching a Giants game, and they were in late inning, double cut. So the second baseman would go out on a ball to right field. The first baseman would back him up. But he noticed that the first baseman was taking the throw, and he asked his coach why. He goes, "Oh, it's Brandon Belt. He has a much stronger arm than whoever their second baseman was at the time." So they mix it up. But these are things, you wonder, how do you steal an out here or there? And I think but to be fair, if France is still lurking around first base, Stevenson's not getting that far off the bag.
He might not even try to go to second, but he feels like, hey, I got a free chance to start running 3/4 of the way because no one can get me. And if I'm not going to make it, I just turn around.
Yeah. So I'm looking at it going, why was he there? Is that superfluous? Does Adrian need to be backing up? Wouldn't Adrian Morejon be better served somewhere else on the field? Because there's not going to be a play at the plate. There's just not.
It's one of those
it's
ultimately
so interesting.
It didn't hurt us.
No, it didn't hurt
you. Know what I mean? Because I think you're right. If France stays on the bag, he's not running.
running.
So, and then again, it's still a moot point because then he still ends up on first base.
Correct.
The result is still the same.
But you have to keep that guy on first from getting to second.
Right.
And they did that effectively. They just weren't able to steal that out. They weren't able to steal that out.
It didn't hurt them. They ended up getting out of the inning. Adrian Morejon, who gave up the sac fly, inherited runner, bounced back, pitched 1 2/3 innings, and was in position to pick up another relief win when the Padres rallied in the bottom of the 7th. And thought interesting strategy decision. So Terry Francona decides to send Andrew Abbott back out for the 7th inning. He was right around 90 pitches, and he had and Don and Mudd had pointed out, or Don and Tony had pointed out on the broadcast, Andrew Abbott had not recorded an out in the 7th inning all season. But
no time like the present though with that bullpen.
Tito wanted to push him. His bullpen hasn't been good. Abbott has been really good against the Padres, and the second batter in the inning was Gavin Sheets, who looked awful against Andrew Abbott the first 2 times, striking out in both of his first 2 plate appearances. My guess is Tito was hopefully he gets Xander, and then he's got, Gavin Sheets. He's got the lefty. I don't want to take him out. So he took his chances with Xander. Xander burned him with the ground rule double to start the inning. And then he's got, I've got Sheets here.
Got to go.
This is my chance, and then we can go to the bullpen. But let's get him through Sheets because he's looked so good. And credit to Gavin Sheets.
AB of the night.
Great adjustment, decides, I'm going the other way, lines that one down into the corner to tie the game 2-2 and knock Abbott out of the game with a runner on second. Now you get into the bullpen and a chance to add to the lead, and that's when the bunting started. Back to back bunts from the bottom of the Padres order. Jace Bowen, Samad Taylor, and Freddie Fermin, all getting him down very nicely, resulting in a go-ahead run on the safety squeeze by Taylor, and the bases loaded with nobody out. Now, Padres did not add on in that inning.
Which is excruciating.
Because of the incredible discrepancy. I mean, we've seen it all season. It's been one of the main stories of Padres baseball this year, is how the bottom of the order, especially earlier in the year, was carrying this Padres lineup. Well, this was an early season Padres win because the first 4 batters in the Padres order went 1 for 16 with a walk. The final 5 batters in the Padres order went 9 for 18 with 6 runs scored and 6 RBI.
Team sport, man. Team sport. Team sport indeed. And I can't believe I have to clarify my bunting stance again because my Twitter goes nuts anytime somebody bunts. I literally tweeted when the situation presented itself, give me 2 straight bunts here from Bowen and Samad Taylor. They're fast, not great hitters. This is the opportunity. These are the opportunities, not in the second inning with, I don't need Jackson laying one down in the second, right? Like there's a time and place and they executed it perfectly. But the funny part is Freddie Fermin's bunt was terrible. The guy just booted it. He had get a lead runner in his mind instead of just taking the out. That was actually a really bad bunt. But hey, man, you do what you got to do to win a ball game when your offense is struggling. But I still look. I'm going to be honest. Still don't want to see Fernando, Manny, Merrill, as bad as they're scuffling. You want to bunt for a hit at third baseman's way out, fine, man. Get yours. But a sacrifice bunt with those guys is what makes me nuts.
What impressed me was all 3 of them had shown bunts before getting it down, and the Reds knew they were all coming. It's a little harder than you'd think getting a bunt down against a major league quality pitcher.
Oh, it's hard.
And especially when the defense knows it coming and they're crashing and you have to get those down. Padres able to get all 3 of those down in that situation to get the runner across. That's good execution by the bottom of the Padres order.
Yeah, and it's tough, man, because Tatis took first pitch like hanging sweeper, and then he got it again and he missed it again. And then Merrill, again, another check swing in play.
As I said last week, nobody puts more check swings fair in play than the San Diego Padres. Seems like other teams check swing and it just fouls it off. But when the Padres check swing, it always goes fair for some reason.
Yeah, it was rough. Bill said France swinging on a 2-0 pitch. Ugh, that's literally the pitch you want to hack at. That's the dream. Like the 2-0 is time to eat. Yep. Favorite count in baseball is for me 0-0 or 2-0. Like that's when it's time to hunt. And so you just didn't execute. But yeah, man, Toddy's got to hit a sac fly. Merrill's got to hit a sac fly.
It's like we say, don't complain about wins. I don't complain about crooked innings, but man, like to only get 2 in that 7th was
sick.
Pretty disappointing.
You bases loaded, nobody out.
It's so hard because, Tatis, you're going up there trying to be a good teammate. All you want to do is hit a fly ball.
That's it.
Get under it a little bit, push it to the right side. Well, that's exactly what he did.
Not deep enough.
He just didn't get it deep enough. It's like, how critical can you be of him doing exactly what you wanted? Hey, give yourself up. Just take a nice swing. Go the other way. Get under it. He did all of those things well. It's hard to do all of those things, and he just didn't hit it deep enough in that situation.
Just missed it. It's been a bugaboo for this team all year, the inability to do that. And yeah, I found myself, okay, the double here, clears the bases. We're absolutely in style right now. And again, massive credit, Ben, to Jason Adam. Looked the best that he's looked all year. Got us out of that the next inning or whatever. And then Mason Miller, of course, comes in and shuts it down.
Overcame the mental hurdle of having 3 challenges getting overturned. Like,
bro,
strike. That's got to be disappointing when every time you get a strike call and the batter just taps his head and it goes back to a ball. He ended up obviously getting out of the inning with just the walk on that play. But Padres adding on was, I guess, kind of big. It felt big at the time.
Sure did.
Either way, you're getting Mason Miller in the 9th. But to add on 3 there is something we haven't seen much from the San Diego Padres. And again, it was our Ben and Woods player of the game, which we don't do. But hey, Samad Taylor comes through with a 2-run RBI single. Freddie Fermin comes through again with an RBI single with 2 outs. Nice little 2-out rally, all from the bottom of the order, which carried the complete load for the San Diego Padres. I was surprised, and you mentioned it. You said you had no problem with Mason Miller. I saw 4 people in my timeline asking, why are they bringing in Mason Miller in a 4-run game? Like, I don't think there's a lot of question. You want to make sure you win that game. Who did you want them to bring in? Because remember,
Morgan was warming
with the 3-batter rule.
3-batter rule, though.
And Mike Schultz said this. Other managers have gone, if I bring someone else in and they go walk, single, all of a sudden now I have to bring in my closer with the tying run at the plate,
right.
The bases loaded, and nobody out. And I couldn't do anything about it. If he doesn't look right, I can't do anything about it. So 4-run game is the new save situation. Even though he doesn't get a save, you're bringing in your closer. Unless he's been going like 4 or 5 times recently, which he had.
Which he's not.
You just make sure you get that win with Mason Miller.
No, Morgan was warming also. It was Morgan and him. But if Morgan didn't have
if it got into 5, you absolutely then go to David Morgan. But at 4, I think you still go with your closer at this point. All right, we will take a timeout when we come back. We've got Don't Do This. We've got our MLB Reach Around all on a Tuesday morning with Ben and Woods here on 97.3 The Fan. We'll be right back. No complaining about victories. But also, we don't have to put our head in the sand.
Hey, we're back.
And tell you everything's okay and that this win fixes everything.
No, man.
It wasn't.
We're pretty effing far from okay.
It wasn't. It wasn't anything really that you want to see to indicate that the Padres have turned a corner.
You would say that a game like last night, the buzzword for that is unsustainable, right? It's unsustainable to play that brand of baseball all the time. But again, early in the season, Benny, we always talk too about personnel. You have to have the right personnel to play that game. It would be super weird to me if the Yankees or the Dodgers started playing that brand of baseball because they don't have the personnel for it. They have the personnel to hit balls out of the ballpark and hit doubles and things like that. The Padres, as they're currently constructed based on injury, they do have the personnel to do things like this. So more power to you. Adapt to what you have.
And everything that the Padres did early in the season, we kind of saw repeated last night. And that is finding ways to win, getting contributions from the bottom of the order. That's great. That's a good skill to have. It's the reason the Padres are still above 500 at this point. But for sustained success, we need to see the top of the order coming through.
Yeah.
And we're going to need to see more depth from the San Diego Padres. And this is not a knock on Jace Bowen or Samad Taylor. Maybe they will continue to improve and be good pieces for the Padres going forward. But we also saw a big weakness on display in the lineup for the Padres. Now that Ramon Laureano is out and Miguel Andujar, who, knock on wood, said might even be available to pinch hit, but was out of the lineup with a tweaked hamstring yesterday, hopefully avoiding an injured list stint. But against left-handed starters, you don't have that depth. I mean, with Ramon Laureano and Miguel Andujar, you thought, okay, Padres are pretty good. They can attack even a guy like Andrew Abbott. Without those guys in there, Merrill not doing anything much against lefties. Sheets, hey, great third at-bat against Abbott. The first two, though, looked lost against him. Padres are going to have trouble sustaining offense against left-handers because, Fernando Tatis Jr. and Manny Machado still have not been Fernando Tatis Jr. and Manny Machado all season long, and that's going to continue to be a problem. And nothing we saw yesterday really changes any of the fundamental issues that we're looking at with this team right now.
No, but again, if you're one of those players, you don't care about that today or last night. You got that win. You found a way to scratch one out against a guy that had traditionally owned you, and you stayed in the fight against Andrew Abbott last night. You really did, and that's a win in my book. It's actually a win in the standings as well. It actually counts as a win. Doesn't matter how you got there. But again, you don't look at this and go, okay, you put together 7-8 in a row. Okay, yeah, now you're talking, Benny. You're 11 games over 500 again, and you can breathe a little bit. But again, mentality is go 1-0 every single day. You cannot worry about tomorrow. Try to win today. Try to figure out a way to beat Chase Burns. And if you got to use that small ball, if you're Jace Bowen and Samad Taylor, who are two righties that will probably be in the lineup tonight, one of them may be on the bench for maybe Bryce Johnson. You have to figure out a way to do it, whatever it takes, with the personnel that you have right now.
There is a big difference between a baseball game and a baseball season.
Oh, yeah.
And yes, a season is made up of 162 of these individual games. Many of them look like games we saw last night that, weird things happen. You find ways to win. You find ways to lose. Another team plays poorly and you win. Another team, you both play well and sometimes you lose a game. But, the season, you have to look at the bigger trends to try to project whether your team is going to be okay or needs to make some changes.
The trends are in the crapper.
The trends still remain concerning for the Padres going forward. And I'm not trying to be an alarmist. You know me, I'm not an alarmist. I'm the opposite of that. I'm an optimistic fan. I was very optimistic early in the season, especially, considering the Padres were winning even without getting major contributions from the top of their order. But
we knew that. You said it was a mirage. I mean, or asked the question. We knew that was a possibility.
But one of the reasons I was optimistic is that, I felt good about a lineup, the depth that included like a Ramon Laureano.
Sure.
I believe in Ramon Laureano. He's a good offensive player. And now we know why he kind of went into his slump That hip was bothering him.
Yeah.
But now that he's not coming back, it changes the equation for me of what this team can even be going forward. Now, AJ may change that equation again at the trade deadline, depending on who he adds. Things would look very different if Manny Machado and Jackson Merrill, really heated up and you had a star, an all-star loaded top of your lineup. But I mean, you got all-star ballots out this week, and there's no reason to vote for anybody on the San Diego Padres. I'm sorry to say it, but
I'm glad you brought that up.
You can put out graphics and say, hey, vote for your San Diego Padres. If you're a clear-eyed baseball fan, there is not one San Diego Padre who deserves a vote. Now, Mason Miller certainly deserves to go to the All-Star game, and he will. But you don't vote for relief pitchers as a fan. You vote for position players. And I cannot justify using a single vote on a San Diego Padres player for the All-Star game this year.
You can if you just realize it's just an All-Star game and you can vote for all your favorite players.
You can vote for Jake Cronenworth for all I care if you want to do that. Gavin Sheets is probably your best argument to throw a vote. And it's even on the ballot. I mean, first base, I don't even know where he's on the ballot at this point. Yeah,
he's on.
Okay.
He's on there.
As a first baseman?
But yeah, it's tough, man. You see the graphic come out, and they're like, there's Jake Cronenworth. You're like, I mean, he's hurt. He's concussed. I did see him taking ground balls on his knees yesterday, so that was good, at least getting some baseball activities going again.
So many people making fun of whoever had to post those vote for graphics.
Yeah, it's their job.
How are you guys going to put a Freddie Fermin graphic up there? Well, look who's laughing now.
Yeah, look who's making.
You should vote for Freddie Fermin. 3 straight games. Come on.
Look who's making a late push. It's tough. I mean, this has got to remind you of being a Padres fan in the early '90s, right? When those there was no social media, but there would be advertisements for it, and you'd go, oh, all right.
I mean, even in the early '90s, you had like Gary Sheffield. You had
there was players.
Tony Gwynn Jr. or Tony Gwynn Sr. You had players to vote for that you felt good about.
Early 2000s, then.
Yeah. Early 2000s.
Little lean.
That was lean.
Yep.
That was lean.
Tony.
And until 2001, and then 2002 and 2003. Yeah,
who were the All-Star? Yeah, because you had to have one representative. Just pitcher.
Trevor Hoffman.
Yeah,
you had a pitcher usually representing the San Diego Padres in a lot of seasons.
I mean, look, at the end of the day, vote for your team, right? Like that's always been my thing. You always just vote for your favorite team
or vote for your favorite players
because
it's the All-Star game. Who cares?
That's what I'm saying. Like I like your strong opinion, but I don't think you should make it out to be. I don't think you should make it out to be any more than it is. If you want to vote for Freddie,
this is not an all-star game opinion. This is an opinion that the San Diego Padres don't have any producing players this year.
Yeah, no question.
That's the issue I'm trying to make. Usually, you can squint enough.
Yeah.
As a fan,
Campusano honestly could have been an all-star.
As a diehard fan, I can usually squint and go,
I can get my vote.
This guy on the Marlins probably has slightly better numbers, but I'm going to vote for my guy. It's close enough. Can't even squint.
You really take this seriously.
I'm not taking.
I didn't know this.
It's not. I don't care about the All-Star game at all.
F you.
I care about the fact that the Padres don't have any All-Star level performers,
right?
Or anyone who's even really close to performing at an All-Star level.
Correct.
Because we've been seeing in the recent seasons, Padres, putting 5, 4, 5, 3, 4 guys in the All-Star game every single year.
Honestly, good.
And now they've dropped it's going to be a one representative.
Let these cats reset and get ready for a second half, because as we all know in baseball, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And if the baseball gods are kind, they'll say, oh no, we made you suffer for the first half, but wait till you see the tear they're going to get on in the second half. Hard to wrap your head around, I know, but that's kind of your only hope right now, is that those guys do. I'm so sorry I'm distracted. The window cleaners are behind you guys.
Oh, they're coming.
Are they?
I'm sick to my stomach.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, you can see him behind Paulie there. There's a guy. We're on the 6th floor.
Yeah, it's dangling.
It's really scary.
It scares me to death, man. It just every year happens like once a year, and it's right in front of me, and I'm staring at it. So I apologize. I'm trying to get it back
I
to.
can see why it's distracting.
Well, and the thing's swaying in the breeze out there. It's nerve wracking.
Definitely not a job that I would be interested in.
No, not for $1 million.
I wish we
a
could
year.
interview them.
We saw them cleaning the other building in the complex like last week, and I remember asking you guys like, what if we went down there and we were like, hey guys, this is our friend Ben Higgins. We're gonna give you $1,000 cash to take Ben up to the top on one of the window washers.
I wouldn't do it. Elisa said, see if they'll come clean the desk while they're here
with their squeegees.
Hey.
I mean, what do you think they make?
Not enough. I couldn't do it for $1 million. And I don't like heights, Christopher. Christopher says not for $1 million. I couldn't. I like if you a one-time deal for $1 million, sure. But this is your job until you retire. No, I don't think I could do it, man.
I wonder if those are like specific. Those guys are specific to these buildings, or do they go around
contracted out?
My guess is they're contracted out, and next week they'll be at a different complex,
different high rise, and they just go to the top and work their way down.
I mean, yeah, and then we've got 3 high rises, so I think they've been here since last week.
Yeah.
But this is now our turn, this side of the building, where they're going up and down outside our window right here.
It's the dangling loose in the air.
No, they have safety harnesses.
No, I get it, but
strapped in.
Okay, well, go take a plunge off one of those with a safety harness.
I would not
tell
like
me how
to do
that feels. I just can't do
There's
it.
railings as well.
They do.
It would be the shakiness would be.
I
can do. You know, Paulie asked the question during our break. Should we do that? What's it called now? It used to be the Sears Tower when we were in Chicago.
Willis Tower.
Now it's the Willis Tower, but go up to the top and look.
I said, is that worth it? Because I know you got to buy a
view.
ticket. Now
Well, I went up to the Sears Tower. I'm good. I'll wait at the bottom for you guys.
You don't enjoy it. See, I like going up to the top of a skyscraper and seeing the view, but actually being on an unsteady surface outside that would be a lot more nervous.
I asked if you guys wanted to take the elevator and go look from the ticketed area that they provide you. Not, do you want to go scaffold the Willis Tower next week?
I was on the Ferris wheel in Chicago with Bo when we went a couple years ago, and I had a full panic attack. I was on the floor of the car or whatever you call it.
Really?
Yeah. Like I could not get my bearings. I was like, I don't like this. And he's laughing, and I was like, bro, and it takes forever.
Was it one of the rocking ones, or is it just a steady car?
Big, tall, huge. You'll see it. It's on Navy Pier. And he's like, let's go up in it. I'm like, all right. And, thinking I got through it.
See, I don't mind a Ferris wheel.
No, this one is a nightmare. This one was a nightmare. So sorry. Hopefully I think they're done on this side, but that's good. Anyway,
they exit from the top. Is that what?
Yeah,
they were going
to
up
the top,
and then they get off there.
And move to the other side or whatever.
Yep.
All right, let's take a timeout. When we come back, we will get to Don't Do This. I like the Do This story. It came from Major League Baseball last night, a return of a guy who hadn't been in the big leagues for 3 years, and it was a special one. All that coming up next with Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. First, though, it is still spring for a few more days, which means the SDFatLoss.com spring special is still underway, where for your one-time fee, you can take $200 off the program at SDFatLoss.com, and they will teach you how you can lose up to a pound of fat per day and 10 to 20% of your body weight in just 60 days. I did it once. I went through the program, and I lost 40 pounds in my 2 months, and I have kept the weight off for 3 full years because that is the big part of SDFatLoss.com. You build metabolism. You're not just taking shots that suppress your appetite and cause you to lose muscle. No, you're building metabolism that helps you keep burning fat going forward year-round. I love it. And I have been able to follow the program because it's based on real food and not shakes and bars. No one can do bars and supplements forever. This is 2 months, and it's based on real food. So when you go onto the maintenance program, you're not making any big changes. You're adding a few foods back. You're able to have a couple of cheat days. I had cheat days when I lost the weight, and I still lost 40 pounds. Find out how it can work for you by going to SDFatLoss.com. Set up a free consultation. Sign up now. New you before the end of summer. And again, take $200 off the program. One-time fee, not the ongoing cost of the injections at SDFatLoss.com. That's SDFatLoss.com. Results may vary.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios, we know how. It is Ben Woods on a Tuesday, and it is time for Don't Do This, brought to you by Dixie Line Lumber and Home Centers, helping San Diego homeowners and contractors fix it, build it, and
enjoy it.
All right, let's get an update on the DDT story from yesterday involving Brendan Sorsby, the quarterback at Texas Tech. A judge ruled that, no, even though he gambled on his own team in college football, earning a supposed lifetime ban, that the NCAA doesn't have the authority to do that, so they're going to allow him to play college football this season. And the reaction around college sports yesterday actually was kind of heartening to see. It was like schools banding together, trying to figure out, we can't let this happen.
Right.
How do we stop this from happening? And the idea that's been floated around, and I even saw memos from a couple of schools, and the Big Ten is discussing it as well, is, well, if we just cancel all of our games against Texas Tech in every sport, then they're going to have no choice but to not play Brendan Sorsby. And that is something that is being discussed around college football and beyond, that, hey, if you have a game against Texas Tech, see your administrator, we may be pulling out of it. If you're in negotiations to add Texas Tech to your schedule in any sport, don't.
Wow.
We're not going to be playing them again, which, of course, would really put Texas Tech backs to the wall. Like, they'd have to do something about this.
Ross Dellinger from, I think he was with Yahoo, he tweeted this yesterday. Athletic officials from Nebraska and Georgia sent department-wide memos today instructing their coaches and sport deputies not to schedule Texas Tech. Games are already scheduled. The schools may work to cancel the matchups. It says, coaches and staff, based on recent developments, Georgia Athletics will not schedule future contests against Texas Tech until further notice. Effective immediately, no new contests should be scheduled against Texas Tech without prior approval from the athletics department.
Now, I've seen some that have said, hey, it's one judge in one county. This isn't necessarily doom and gloom. I've also seen that this is the first step towards college athletics Armageddon. That if the NCAA can't enforce any of its own rules, which is where we're kind of heading, they couldn't enforce any of the NIL rules, like, the $22 million salary cap and everything that was designed to kind of make NIL work. Now they can't enforce their gambling rules. Well, can they enforce steroid rules, drug rules, anything else that they have tried to put in place without collective bargaining with their players, their employees? Can you not enforce any single rule? like you don't have a sport anymore if you don't have a codified set of rules that everyone is going to play by.
Somebody said, so does this mean we can sue our favorite team after they lose a game? Like, let's really open Pandora's box for emotional distress. Yeah, man, it's crazy because it's not even a sticky wicket. It's not. This was like the least sticky wicket of all time. And it's come out today. Again, take everything that you read online with a grain of salt, but the reports are that this dude bet on the under of his own team when he was playing or watching, but enrolled and on the team at Indiana, taking the under on the starting quarterback. I mean, it's like the one thing they will let you get away with almost anything else, and now you've taken that away, and it's going to be interesting. Somebody made the really interesting tweet of college football's been dead for 4 years. We're just watching the central nervous system still shaking the body a little bit. It's I have no idea where you go from here. I really don't.
Jordan in our chat says, can a baseball player go to a judge now and dispute a Pete Rose-based ban? No, because baseball players and their union have agreed to all the rules that they play by.
There's no union.
There's no union in college sports, although it did lead to the tell everybody about the funny
Pete Rose has posthumously committed to Texas Tech University. It's crazy. It's crazy. Does it bother you guys when very, 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 very wealthy celebrities continue to put out not weird, but when they put out products, when they continuously are putting out more stuff? Does it bother you at all?
When a celebrity endorses product?
Not endorses per se. Like
every celebrity has their tequila or their vodka.
Sure. I just wonder why. I mean, I guess I would assume
it's to make money.
Their partners make it so easy.
To just, hey, man.
Hey, we need you for like 15 minutes to shoot a commercial, and we're going to give you 40% equity in our company because your name is going to be so valuable to us. I'm sure they don't need it's like, do I say no to that?
It's hard to say no to, I bet.
It's an unbelievable deal you're offering me. I guess, and I kind of like your product. So, okay.
One day of work.
I guess I'll say yes.
I'm available. I'm available to do any of this. I'm just saying right now, whatever you need me to shill, I'm here for you. But Tom Brady has gotten, he's a very healthy guy, and he promotes, his TB12 brand. But now he's gotten into the coconut water craze. And he has a
do not like, by the way.
I was going to ask you guys your thoughts on coconut water. I can do it.
Way out.
I like to drink it before a game, but now I just drink instant hydration. Why? Instant hydration, simply the best. Use code Woodsy for 30% off the checkout. InstantHydration.com. That I prefer it because coconut water kind of tastes like dirty toilet water sometimes. But the interesting part for me, did you see the name of the?
I did.
The water. I can't remember. Would you have it off the top of your head?
It's called Good Nut.
It's better than I dreamed it in my head, to be honest.
I knew it was coming, and it's still delivered.
He put out a
nut, short for coconut.
Thank you.
Good
Thank you for clarifying.
Yeah.
Good Nut.
Good Nut.
There's a commercial that he put out. Now, it's funny. He won't even say the name of the brand that he's representing.
Good Nut. Wow, that was fast. Echoes. The commercial is actually kind of funny.
It is.
It's extremely clever. Here it is.
Are you launching another celebrity seltzer brand?
No, I'm launching a brand new coconut water. It's actually really good.
Oh, what's it called?
So we called coconut farmers in Vietnam for this one, which, when you care about ingredients, it's kind of a huge deal.
Not who you called. What's it called?
You called me!
Okay, just tell me what it's called, Tom.
When you have a product this good, it doesn't matter what it's called, okay?
Yeah, it kind of does.
What's it called?
Good Nut. Good Nut.
Good Nut.
It's clever.
Good Nut and Good Luck.
They're acknowledging that the name is problematic and awkward in the commercial.
A little bit.
All right.
I will try it. I will try it. and report back. If I find it, if I see it, I'll buy a good nut.
I don't know if it's a don't do this. Tom Brady clearly doesn't need to be doing this, but he's doing it anyway.
It is crazy. I saw that commercial. I went, how does he get his chin to look like that? How does he get the jawline so tight and angular? And
he works out his jaw.
Does he?
All the time. Yeah. Jaw lifts.
Look at that. Is that surgery?
Jaw
did he get work done on that?
Did he get a dimple added right there?
He's got the butt chin.
Yeah.
The chin
dimple.
butt. He's got that.
Yeah.
But it's the look right here. The down, like right where my jowls are.
Right.
He doesn't have those. How do you get that?
I don't think. I mean, do we think he got plastic surgery?
I bet
don't
he
know.
did.
Because you can't
gotta
just
have some work.
You can't
done.
just lose weight. I mean, he's always been in good shape. He's a football player.
Yeah, yeah. Well, did you see him when he came out of the draft? He was not in
But
good shape.
even if you lost 30 pounds,
Yeah.
I don't think your face would
Would be
look that
angular.
different. Yeah,
I
it wouldn't be
know.
angular like
Can
that.
you work out your jaw?
You can actually. I've done extensive research on how to get rid of the gullet without surgery, and there's like exercises you can do. Your tongue up in the top. I'm always afraid if I stretch this out, though, it'll get more gobblery, and so I'm just trying to get through it, man.
Maybe you should work on being less self-conscious
Maybe.
as opposed to working on jaw exercises.
I'm working on looks maxing is what I'm trying to do. Man.
All right, finally a little do this. Good nut.
DD mega doo-doo.
Last night's game, the Los Angeles Angels taking on the Houston Astros. And this was a really good story. You might remember Trey Mancini, who battled stage 4 colon cancer early.
Is it colon cancer?
I believe it was stage 4 colon cancer.
Testicular.
I think it was colon cancer. Has battled back, got back to the minor leagues, but had not played in a big league game since 2023 when the Angels called him up before yesterday's game against the Astros. And what did he immediately do? First at bat, back in the big leagues.
Oh, yes. Let's go. The base hit. Oh, yes. Send him. They're sending you gotta slide, Joe. You got to slide, Joe. He's safe.
Hey, Sebastian, you're good luck, man.
Yes.
Welcome back to the big leagues. What a moment for Trey Mancini.
They had a player interview, in-game interview going that inning. So that was who you heard cheering on the base runner there.
2020. You hear that?
It's back.
I don't know what that is. 2020, he had surgery to remove a malignant tumor from his colon. Holy smokes. Returned to the Orioles, won a World Series ring with the Houston Astros, and just battling back, man, not ready to give it up yet. And still relatively young man. Went out there and had 2 knocks, Benny, yesterday. Three knocks yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Congratulations, Trey. By all accounts, one of the better human beings in the game of baseball. So that's good.
And that is don't and do this for a Tuesday.
That was Don't Do This with Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
Fairly busy day for a Monday. We'll take a look at the rest of Major League Baseball, including one of the wildest games of the season in Las Vegas, of all places, coming up in our MLB Reach Around. That is coming up next with Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Well, from looks maxing to insurance maxing, I want to make sure all of my business owners out there that listen to the Ben and Woods program are taken care of every single day. That's why I wanted to introduce Super Sure Insurance. So if you own a business and you're more than 25 people deep, it's important, man, that you guys have an understanding of what you're signing up for. It's not just as simple as signing up and looking away. Super Sure will take great care of you. They've got year-round support for you and your team. At supersure.com, you can access tools like the fine print facts, which pretty great. We'll translate your current policy into plain English so you can see what's covered and what's not. Because listen, your business runs all year. You want to make sure that those gaps and all the risk are covered every single time. They also offer a business value calculator. You can see what your business is worth. You know what actually needs covering. So go to supersure.com, one super agency. That's if you are the owner of a business, CFO, or HR manager. Again, supersure.com, one powerful platform, all your policies in one place. Go to supersure.com, supersure.com, paid for by Supersure Insurance Agency, LLC, a licensed insurance agency. He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please
Just
don't.
a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Nothing. Now,
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
That is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
We're just 2 days away from the start of the World Cup. How excited are the two of you about the World Cup? I thought so.
You're not going to believe this, but I actually spent Saturday. I had some time to myself at home, and I pulled up as I was eating lunch a World Cup preview on The Athletic.
Okay,
and I read through about. I mean, it's long. There's a lot of teams, but I read through a good amount of it, and to try to prime the pump. And I learned that Mexico is going to be under a tremendous amount of pressure to have a good showing. And that's it. That's all I remember.
I'm not excited. I just thought after all this, I would be more excited than I am. Got a team here now in San Diego. I've been watching more soccer.
Yeah, agreed.
It's the biggest sporting event in the world. It's here, North America, United States. And I just felt like, all right, this is going to be bigger. I don't know. Maybe it's part of the politics of FIFA.
You're
and
still
everything
mad about that FIFA water. I know that's stuck in your craw,
but
a lot.
And maybe I'll start getting into the games once they begin. Team USA, and Mark Ziegler wrote about it this morning in the UT that soccer is now everywhere. I mean, your kids have played it. There are club teams all over the country. In San Diego, so much money is being spent by parents on their kids for soccer programs and youth programs and club teams and travel teams. And this has all been in the last 20 years. And he asked a really good question. If we're spending so much money on soccer, why aren't we any good at it? And I mean, shouldn't we be so much better than we used to be? And we really haven't ever gotten better on the international stage when it comes to our men's national team. They've gotten to the quarterfinals of the World Cup once and the round of 16, 2 or 3 times. They missed the World Cup entirely, 8 years ago. It just, all this investment in soccer in the world, and you can't, I mean, the fields and all over the place, these massive parks where you see kids like playing from sun up to sundown on weekends all year long. where do these kids go, and why don't they become good U.S. soccer players that give us a chance to win the World Cup? Because no one is giving us any reasonable hope of winning this thing, even though we're hosting it. They're going to have home games every single time, and yet we're just kind of middle of the pack. Like, yeah, if they get to the knockout round and win a game or two, that'd be great, but it's just no hope for the United States, seemingly.
I wish I had an answer for you. I have no idea, none whatsoever, Ben. People in the chat, there's a documentary right now, somebody just said on HBO that's really good and talking about the history of the U.S. men's national team. That would be interesting to me. We should get Landon Donovan on to talk about it, except we don't have his number anymore.
Yeah, there's lots of theories. Mark Ziegler said, eventually the best athletes tend to gravitate toward the higher paying sports in the United States, like football, basketball, and baseball.
Sure.
Mime Junior Ruiz in the chat says, they're priced out. Like,
I think that's Mime
Junior. Mime. Mime
Ruiz.
Bryce Harper said, "I don't want to be turned into a meme."
Meme.
Yeah, don't make me a meme.
But in other countries, everybody plays soccer, and then the best soccer players end up being their world teams.
Sure.
Here, the price of soccer now for kids, not everybody can play it because it's expensive to play at this point. Are you losing a lot of kids who would be the greatest soccer players and they don't get into it? I don't know.
I don't know either. I really have no idea, but I hear this argument about a lot of sports, right? There's kids that get priced out of baseball. There's kids that get priced out of hockey is a huge one. Very expensive.
Baseball, football, and hockey require a lot of expensive equipment. Basketball, you need some shoes.
Soccer should,
soccer,
be
you need a ball.
Cheap, but I ask any parent who has their kid on a club soccer team and ask how cheap it is for their kid to play soccer.
And that's when you're paying for a program and things like that. Mm-hmm. But, the baseball's ungodly expensive. It's ungodly expensive.
It was expensive.
It was expensive
30 years ago when I was playing.
I just remember my dad literally being like, "Hey, man, I know you want the Easton Black Magic. I know you do.
$200.
Why don't you start hitting a little bit more and maybe stop being such an S head, and I'll get it for you." And he did. And I was just like, I just remember now my son's got the equivalent of 4 Easton Black Magics. You know what I mean?
Right.
Great job, babe. And it's just but they're so expensive. So expensive. The gloves, the cleats that they grow in and out.
An expensive bat when I was Bo's age was like a $189.
Yeah.
And my mom was like, "Yeah, right. You're gonna get the $30 bat from Big Five. And you're gonna like it."
But obviously, it in soccer, it doesn't have to be expensive. That Brazilians coming from the poorest areas of Rio de Janeiro aren't spending thousands of dollars a year on their kids to play soccer, and yet they find the best players. And, they end up being international stars.
They're in soccer academies when they're like 8. You know what I mean? Like Bo's like, "All right, Dad, I'm out. I'm off to soccer academy. I'll see you when I'm 18 or whatever." It's just, I have no explanation for it. I think there have been U.S. men's national teams, Ben, that have underperformed. And I think there have been some that have overperformed. And we'll see which one this one is. I never see a lot of confidence about them, though.
Poor coaching choices. Mark threw out all the theories, but I guess part of me is like, at this point, I just felt by this point in my life, the U.S. would be really good at soccer, considering it's been growing and growing and growing in this country, but the results at the top level never seem to change.
Yeah, like Albert says, they don't pay for programs. They pay you for your kid to play. And it's funny. I heard a story recently from a tier 1 and a friend. We met for coffee, and he played at the same time when Bryce Harper was coming up in travel ball. And Bryce Harper at like 12 was so good that the team was like, "We got it. Like we got your parents' flights. Again, to win a 12U ring at some tournament, they're like, Mr. and Mrs. Harper, we'll cover all your airfare, your hotel. We just want Bryce there.
Your son is on scholarship.
Can you imagine, to win a 12U tournament? It's a whole different world out there with different sports. And I think that there's probably a lot of that goes on, elsewhere, Benny. But I don't have a good answer for you. But I'm looking forward to watching some games.
Absolutely. And it starts on Thursday. Team USA plays their first game on Friday at 6 p.m. against Paraguay. So we'll wrap up the week with a little international soccer. Right now, though, let's get back to baseball. It is time for our MLB Reach Around.
They're doing the reach around. They're doing the reach around. Everybody's doing the
Reach Around. About a half to semi-full schedule in Major League Baseball for a Monday yesterday, including one other game in the National League West. The Washington Nationals scored 3 in the top of the 9th inning after the Giants had just scored 2 to take the lead in the bottom of the 8th. They beat the Giants 4-3. And it doesn't make any sense. So the Washington Nationals have scored more runs than anybody in baseball. The Padres have scored fewer runs than anybody in baseball. And somehow the Nationals are 34-33. The Padres are 34-31. I mean, yes, the pitching in the Padres has been better, but it's not like the Padres pitching has been world beating or is the best pitching in baseball.
Yeah.
But the Nationals are, hanging around and still above 500 and continuing to get production from, not just C.J. Abrams and James Wood, but we saw them recently when the Padres were in Washington, D.C. Got guys throughout their order that have been producing, and they get the win yesterday. The Giants now 13 games under 500, continuing to have a rough season in San Francisco.
Good.
The Phillies, Christopher Sanchez, he was very good. Gave up 2 runs, though, after giving up the 1 to the Padres in his last start. Still struck out 10 in 7 innings. Got the win as the Phillies beat the Blue Jays 5-2. The Rays got 6 different pitchers to scatter, as you said, 4 hits in a 3-1 win over the Boston Red Sox. Josh Naylor hit a grand slam to lead the Seattle Mariners to a 6-3 win over the Baltimore Orioles. The Yankees topped the Guardians 7-5 in 10 innings. Cody Bellinger with a 2-run single in the top of the 10th inning for the Bronx Bombers. Mentioned the Trey Mancini story. The Astros, though, ended up beating the Angels 5-4 in 10 innings in that game. But I really want to get to the wild one yesterday. That was the game in Las Vegas. It is the first, I believe, of 2 series that the A's are going to be playing in their future home. Now, they're playing in the minor league ballpark while their new ballpark is under construction on the Strip.
Yeah, in their future city.
And they're hosting the Milwaukee Brewers. And this game was nuts.
Is that where the Aces play?
Yeah,
or
I think
played?
so. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's over in Summerlin on the west side of Vegas is where their ballpark is. The A's, I think, had an 8-4 lead after 3 innings, and both teams combined for 11 home runs in the game. And it went to the 10th inning, and it was, I believe, tied at 10. Going into the top of the 10th inning. The Brewers scored 4 in the top of the 10th to take a 14-10 lead. The Athletics came back with 4 in the bottom of the 10th to tie it at 14. Then neither team scored in the 11th. And then on the top of the 12th, the Brewers got 1 and the A's did not score. And the Brewers ended up winning 15-14 in 12 innings in one of the wildest games of the season.
How about this nugget? And forgive me if you already said it. 21 home runs hit in Major League Baseball yesterday. 11 of them.
So more than
They had
half
11.
of the home runs in Major League Baseball came in this one game.
Yeah.
Did not have that nugget.
Did you see Langalier's home run? They called it, I'm not kidding. They said it was 487 feet to left field.
That's funny because Jonah Heim hit a home run that felt like it was 180 feet.
Yes, and like lowest, it would have been a home run in 0 of 0 ballparks, and that it
Really?
wall scraped. Yep,
Good Lord.
yesterday. That's I don't think it's I don't know if it's any indicator of how baseball in Vegas is going to be, because the team that plays there currently, it's the A's minor league team, AAA affiliate. I haven't checked the box scores, but I can't imagine that every game is 16-12.
The PCL, so there's a lot of high-scoring games in the entire league. But that happens in El Paso. That happens in some of the other cities as well. I wonder what they're going to do once the team moves permanently to Las Vegas. Will there be humidors? Is the ballpark design going to be a little bit different in that it will keep offense from getting out of control? But you're not going to want to see games like this every single night. But, one night it's kind of exciting to see a 15-14 game.
29 total runs is crazy. 11 home runs is nuts. And imagine scoring 14 runs and you lose.
Well, no, the next 2 days they will also play in Las Vegas.
Okay.
So we'll kind of get an idea. If it happens again and again, then we may see a trend forming.
I mean, Kyle Harrison had been almost unhittable, and then he gets out there and elevation
8 and 2 1/3.
Yeah, elevation 2,000 feet.
I also saw they're playing back-to-back series like this week, right, in Vegas?
Are both the series? I wasn't
think
sure if they're the
think
whole
it's
homestand
together.
is here in
because
here
I
there
saw
in Vegas.
people were commenting about the weather in Vegas this weekend. Here are the highs the rest of the week. Today 100, 105, 103 on Thursday, 108 on Friday and Saturday, and 105 on Sunday.
Good hitting, man.
It's still only June. That's hot.
It's good hitting.
What's it going to be like in like July or August? They're going to have that new stadium's going to have to just be so air conditioned.
It's a dome.
It's going to have a dome. It's going to have a
cover
roof.
on it.
You wouldn't play there. If
No, you
like, no
couldn't.
way.
No, but
Getaway day, like, forget it.
But this weekend it's going to be hot, and there
Sunday,
is no roof.
noon against the Colorado Rockies outdoors is not going to be all that pleasant for players to be playing in Las Vegas. So that's June. Now think about what it's going to be like in August and September.
Terrible.
Would be even worse. So that's why they absolutely have to play indoors in Las
What's
Vegas.
What's the ETA on that?
2028.
Okay.
And I mean, the stadium starting to look like a stadium.
Yeah.
Like they have a whole bowl structure and everything that's being built on the strip right now. So
It's
looks like they're gonna get it
contradictory
done.
to how I really feel because I hate when teams relocate. I really do, but it's kind of like, hey, it's happening.
Yeah, eat the soup.
It's going to happen, and I go, yeah, it sucks for those A's fans.
I'm
pretty
going.
excited for that first Padres series in Vegas.
Oh, no question. No question. Gotta be there for that.
Pretty excited for that one.
Yeah,
that will be fun.
Clearly, as a city that has had teams ripped away, including the Chargers, I'm not in favor of the A's leaving Oakland and moving to Las Vegas.
Right.
Now, city-wise, it's a little different. San Diego to LA is clearly a downgrade in terms of like quality of life and living. Oakland to Las Vegas is a little more interesting in terms of like at least where I'd want to go see a game. Like probably wasn't planning on going up to Oakland to watch a game at the Coliseum, but yes, I
heard it was awesome though.
I'll go watch an A's game regardless of who they're playing if I happen to be in Vegas.
Yeah, for sure.
I want to see the stadium.
Well, that's what they're banking on, man.
You didn't want to really. Were you dying to go see the Coliseum if you hadn't been? I mean, maybe if you hadn't been there, but once you had been there,
I think once you knew it was going away, people made an effort to go. But I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to take the kids to a game there and check that one off the list.
All right, that was our MLB Reach Around. Ben Woods brought to you by David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. Coming up in the second half of Ben and Woods, we've got a little Take on Woods coming up for you at 8:20. Chance to qualify for the Staycation Grand Prize this month at the Town and Country in Mission Valley, plus a $250 food and beverage credit. And then at 8:35 on our SDCCU fan hotline, it's not Big Bank Banking, it is better. The Incorporator, Jesse Agler, the voice of the Padres, will join us as he does each and every Tuesday. So we got that to look forward to coming up in our 8 o'clock hour. We will be back next with more Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
halfway home on a Tuesday. Ben and Woods, 97.3 The Fan. Spirits are much brighter in here after a win. Doesn't mean that the team is really headed in the right direction at all. We all still wait with bated breath for tonight's result against Chase Burns. Another tough one. Giolito, as Ben likes to say, on the mound tonight.
Sounded correct to me.
Yeah, you're correct. Giolito will be throwing. Giolito. I'm Woodsy. That's Paul Reindl.
Paul Reindl.
Executive producer, Ben Higgins.
Giolito.
We may need to get Lucas on the show at some point just to see if I am saying his name accurately or not.
Well, I don't think
Lucas Giolito.
I don't think you're saying it inaccurately. It's just your diction is spectacular.
Thank you.
Giolito. I want to give a shout out to our pal Josh Gorel, who's been a tier 1 for a long time. He's here in Dallas, and a happy birthday to Josh. Also, I got a DM last night. I wanted to run by you guys, and you tell me if I gave this guy the worst advice in history, and if this was actually quite dismissive by me. But I got a DM from a guy, I won't say his name. Said, "Hey Woodsy, I'm not sure you will see this, but you guys are helping me go through a rough breakup. I'm a tier 1 from the beginning." Okay, so he's going through a breakup.
Okay.
I guess just by being here, having something he can count on every day, is helping him through his rough breakup, which makes me happy. Those stories are my favorite, right? Like, I'm going through a hard time. You guys made me laugh. That means the world to me. That's honestly why you turn the mic on, to get messages like that. But I told him, I said, "Oh, I'm sorry to hear it." Then you know what I hit him with? Plenty of fish in the sea.
Ooh.
Is that not what someone wants to,
you know what?
Wants to hear going through a breakup?
It's just such a dismissive
Is it?
way.
That's what I was
That's
asking.
interesting.
Of trying to make someone feel better about a breakup.
Because I was going to say that was a very Ben Higgins response. I can see Ben just going, "Yeah, well, there's plenty of fish in the sea."
Ben, my wife of 40 years and mother of my 6 children left me. Well, there's plenty of fish in the sea. As soon as I hit send, I go, that was mean.
I get what you're saying, but I feel like the phrase "there are plenty of fish in the sea,"
right,
which implies that lots of people out there, you'll find the person that you're meant to be with.
Correct.
I find it incredibly intimidating. Like, there's too many fish, and I'm never going to find the right fish.
That's
with all
true.
these fish out there, how am I ever going to find the one fish that is right for me?
You just keep chumming the water.
I mean,
that's
the
what
oceans
you do.
are huge.
Yeah, just keep chumming.
I mean, there's more than likely, depending on how you view romance and finding the right person.
Right.
Like, if you believe there's truly one person out there that
Right.
would be your perfect match.
Right.
Personality-wise, interests, everything just lines up. In a planet with 8 billion people, the odds that you ever actually meet that person are infinitesimal.
Sure, right.
So
That's why I laugh when, at the idea, the notion of soulmate. Once, the
Right.
only person on the planet for me, we just happened to go to the same high school and we grew up, you know what I mean? The people that got married, the high school sweethearts, are like, no, you met somebody and you worked at it and you fell in love. Like, do you really think the universe, your person was you just happened to have homeroom with them when you were 18?
you are picking from the people you have actually met in your life. Now, with online and different ways to be able to expand that a little bit.
Yeah, big time.
But still, even with the most expanded field possible, you're still talking about a fraction of a percent of all the people in the world that you're actually choosing from, that you actually get to meet in your life. And then, of course, only a fraction of percent of those would be interested in you at the same time, because there's no guarantee. So, yeah, I find the idea of looking for a person to match up with me to be incredibly intimidating and almost discouraging. So that advice, plenty of fish in the sea, is not what I would want to hear after a tough breakup.
He said, and somebody said, did he respond? Yeah, he did. He said, thanks, means a lot. So it worked. And then he said, how about the 3 straight bunts? LOL. So I hope that he figures it out. But I think about my kids and you think about what you went through, your first breakups.
What was your worst non-marriage edition breakup? Since we've already gone down that road.
Oh, the girl in college ripped my. It was that breakup that made me go, oh, that's never happening again. Not going to let that happen. I'm going to run away from everybody else I meet.
Did she broke your heart?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Crushed.
I've never really had a horrible experience.
One needs a heart for it to get broken.
Fair enough.
So.
No, I mean, I had a fairly long-term girlfriend from high school into college, but when I left for college and then she stayed home, it just kind of was one of those drift apart sort of things. There was no.
You try it for a couple weeks.
Yeah, you try it for a couple of months and just like, just work. And at just some point you realize we're just no longer a couple anymore without any major drama or, I remember being sad at it being over, but I would not call it a devastating breakup. And I didn't have one. Paul, you have any bad breakups?
I had a girl that was messing around on me when I was like 21, but
that'll get
it wasn't like super serious. So it didn't, hurt for a few days and then you move on.
Yeah,
but that sucks.
Mine changed me fundamentally as a person.
Nothing like that.
That was a tough one. And honestly, that's when the wall came up. And when I met my wife,
you just didn't want to get hurt again.
Correct. Met my wife. I told her, "Hey, I'm good for about 6 months, and then you'll see the real me." And it was true. And I've done a lot of work on myself since then, certainly. But yeah, man, it's all her fault. she did this. But it's hard, man. This guy's going through it right now. Glad we can be there for you, make you laugh, and make fun of you a little bit on the air for my response of plenty of fish in the sea. I do wonder, that's the last thing a kid or a guy wants to hear kind of after. There are people though that say, hey man, this one ended. I'm just going to go out on a tear, try to go on a tear for a while to forget. Never works. The tear never works.
I've never been on a tear.
It's like a Band-Aid.
Yeah, exactly. Never went on the old tear, huh?
No tears in my past.
Yeah, we got people in the chat going through a divorce. That's extremely hard.
I think for me, difficult. and my issue was always, I mean, I have a lot of issues, obviously. Yeah, but clearly, I was always intimidated, so I was always kind of just afraid to take that first step and ask someone out. It was just intimidating for me.
Yeah.
So it took a lot to get to the point where I was comfortable enough with someone. Like I had to know them for a while before I even
6 months.
Yeah, exactly. Like before I even felt like comfortable enough to broach the idea of going out on a date. And at that point, you're already pretty you know the person pretty well, and it's different. It's like, so I never did a
cold
blind
open.
dates or like a cold open.
Never did a cold open.
Never really approached a girl at a bar or something.
Nobody's ever like, hey, I got a friend who'd be great for
Not really.
you.
Really? Well, listen, the Venom Woods Love Line is open at all times. Just DM me your problems, and we can talk about it on the air. But yes, I do stand by there are plenty of fish in the sea. And just because this one wasn't a fit. Now, again, I don't know the context. I don't know. Did he do something wrong? Did she do something wrong? I have no context. Just I'm going through a tough breakup.
Which is even better. You're like, oh,
well,
fish in the sea.
You try again. If at first you don't succeed, you try and try again. You don't take your hat out of the ring, so to speak.
Our friend Mime, so I'm going to just say now, going forward,
Mime.
Imagine Ben on a dating app.
It'd be nothing better on the planet.
I've thought about what it would be like because those didn't exist.
I've thought about it pretty much since I've known you.
Really?
Same.
Yeah. Like, what would your dating profile look like?
Just
what pictures would we use?
I don't think I could do it.
Can we make a fake one? This first one is him interviewing Phillip Rivers with a stick mic.
Make a fake one just to see what kind of responses we get.
Because you have to have one where you're
right here
and on the mic, right? And she's like, well, what do? You're like, oh, me?
It's like fish in a barrel.
I tell you what, sweetheart, why don't you turn on the television tonight at about 10 o'clock on channel 10? Okay, and then you'll see me. You don't worry about it. Is that
what I want to define who I am?
Use
for these purposes, yes.
Use the tools in your toolbox. If I were you, I'd post one picture of just my calves.
I think I'm
just my calves.
I think I'm much too honest to be on a dating app. Like, I wouldn't want to exaggerate things. I'm just very, straightforward
Sure.
and honest about things. And I don't feel like that's the game on the dating apps.
No, you have to lie.
Lie. I mean, how
it's the same thing if you meet a woman, you're like, I have baggage? I have no baggage. And then Mr. 6 months, it comes out, they're like, wow, you have a lot of baggage. Yeah, but you're in now. Now you're in.
It's like, yeah, I love traveling and hiking and
like, how many people say on dating apps that they love hiking?
All of them.
Every single one.
From what I've seen.
Now, how many people actually like hiking?
Nobody.
3%.
All right.
The worst case scenario is if you met like a girl, you're like, oh my gosh, she's fantastic. She's like, oh my God, we're going to go do potato chip rock. Then you have to suffer through it.
Right. I could do it.
Oh, you do it.
For someone who is interested in hiking,
but then
I guess
she now
I could
thinks,
do it.
She now thinks,
now
oh, I
into
finally
hiking.
found a hiking soulmate.
Meanwhile,
and then you're at the top, you're like, ugh. And then guess what you are? Guess what you are? You're a hiker. From then on out, you're pot
Well, you
committed.
based your relationship on a lie, then.
Yeah,
that
but
can't be a good way to base a relationship.
But is it worth it? Is it worth it? Will you sacrifice, your wants for her? Things like that. So
imagine early on you meet somebody, things are going pretty well, and they're like, "Hey, do you want to go camping next weekend?"
See that now would be a non-starter.
Does it work
for me,
the
dude.
other way when a woman is seeking a man? Are they like, no, I love watching the baseball game on the couch every evening.
Can't get enough baseball chat. Yeah, can't get enough.
Tell me more about those refractors and rookie cards.
Oh boy, that's one you hide like a drug addiction, Paul.
No,
I think. And if you're in a new relationship and you're a card collector, like as I am and Paulie is, that doesn't come out.
If I had the card collection I have now when I was single, there would have been a locked door, like a bedroom, a locked office in my house, and any girl that I was dating or seeing or whatever, oh, what's in that room? Don't worry about it. You're never going to go in there.
Spin her out so much that she thinks you have the gimp in there.
Yeah,
and then when
right.
you open it up, you're like, it's just my baseball
It's
card.
the dungeon.
Oh, thank God. Thank God. No, I mean, I'm beyond elated. I don't have to be out there because, it's tough for people out there. Now, this kid's
You guys are old and boring camping rules. You don't have to lie to me.
Listen, if you like camping, great. I am one less person you're going to have to worry about.
To sleep on the ground
Sleep
near
on
you.
the ground near you, smell like campfire. It's just
You won't have to worry about me pooping behind a tree near your campsite.
That would be
I'll be in a hotel.
It would be a non-starter for me if I met a girl. And
But if
she's
you're
like,
early
I love
on-
the camp. But if you're early on,
You're
you
like,
go,
hey man, sharing a sleeping bag, that sounds fun. But then you're camping guy now. Now you guys go camping.
yeah. Oh, I love that smell of stale smoke all over you as we're necking.
I like when there's a bunch of people and you're all sharing a campground and you have to go in to change and you're like hunched over because you're in a little tent and you're trying to put on your socks. And,
super cool.
oh man, it's
I like
so much
heat.
fun.
I like the heat that radiates inside the tent at night when you're trying to sleep and the hard, firm ground. But we bring a pad. Great. Did you see the thickness of a mattress? It's not this. That's you brought a jailhouse pad.
The
to sleep
personal
on.
favorite
I'm
is
out.
we like to go camping, except we bring our RV, our generator, our flat screen.
Right.
Like,
Just stay at home. Stay at home and go into the backyard for half an hour. It's the same thing. Might make a fire. I don't get it, man. It's not for me. I rue the day my kids
You're
ever
closer to the places that you want to hike to when you're camping.
That's true.
So, yeah.
And that camp all night, never sleep, get up and go hike all day long, come back, do it again. It's a different world for people, and that's okay. They like what they like, and that's fine by me. I'm not going to criticize them. I'm just gonna say it's definitely not my favorite thing. So anyway, hope this guy figures it out.
Plenty of fish in the sea.
Plenty of fish in the sea. There's actually an app called Plenty of Fish.
Of course there is.
Yeah. I'm not familiar with it, but I know it exists.
Plenty of fish.
POF. Plenty of fish.
All right, we need a contestant for Take on Woods. If you'd like to challenge Woods for your chance to qualify for our staycation, not camping, you actually get a bed, you get pools, a water slide, and a $250 food and beverage credit at the Town and Country in Mission Valley. You can play Take on Woods in our next segment. Movies are the only category that's out, so we still have music, We have TV, and we have the wild card category this week. If you want to play, call us now, 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973. 97.3. We'll play our game coming up. First this hour on 97.3 The Fan is brought to you by GL Pools. Speaking of pools, the swimming pool experts trusted by thousands of San Diegans since 2006. Baseball is back, so is swim season. Make sure your pool is ready. Call now, mention radio for a free month of service. Back with more Ben and Woods next on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGE 000-466. For a full list of games and rules, play at 7 Mile Casino. Visit 7milecasino.com.
Now, someone on their dating profile said they enjoyed playing Texas Hold'em or California-style blackjack.
Yeah.
I would find that intriguing.
What about Kung Pao Chicken?
Set up a date for 7 Mile Casino.
You could do a lot worse, man.
You absolutely could take a date to 7 Mile Casino because when you go in, you feel like you're in a cool club, restaurant. You know, it's just awesome when you walk in there because there's windows and it's upscale and it's friendly.
There's also a little motel right next door.
There is.
Yeah, the Rambler.
The Rambler.
Yep.
If you need to spend the night,
Right.
you can. We did it when we did our overnight viewing party for baseball. You can do it as well, or you can just spend a couple of hours, have a lunch, and then head to the tables for San Diego's best card room action.
That's exactly right, man. Sit down, play some California-style blackjack for two, or some Texas Hold'em, or some Pai Gow, or some Baccarat as well. It's a smoke-free environment, so you're not going to leave there smelling like a campfire or a cigarette. Cigarette fire. It's really good.
If you like the great outdoors, you can enjoy the patio, which is just kind of a tiny bit outdoors because it's very covered and very enclosed, but it also
Beautiful.
opens right out to San Diego Bay with some great views of Coronado and the Silver Strand. Enjoy cocktails from the bar at Sammy's at 7 Mile, and the food available 24/7, any time of day, any day of the week. Head on down to 7 Mile Casino right off the 5 freeway in Chula Vista. It is just 7 minutes from downtown.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? This spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. Jesse Aguilar is going to join us here at the bottom of the hour. We'll play the Incorporator with Jesse's weekly visit. Right now, though, we got a contestant on the line. Let's get to today's game. It's time for Take on Woods. Take on Woods brought to you by Bay Alarm, security and fire alarms for every business. We got you, and we got Judy today on line 4. Hello, Judy.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. You sound cheerful. Well, maybe it's because you got a chance to win a great prize. It is a staycation grand prize getaway at the Town & Country Resort and a $250 food and beverage credit. Work on your resting vacation face this summer at the Town & Country, a family favorite. Rates starting at $199 per night exclusively for fan listeners. Just visit towncountry.com/thefan to book now. All right, Woods has left the studio, so you're going to go first, and you get to pick from 3 categories for our 5 questions of trivia. We have music, Up with People, 5 song titles and musical artists, including the word people. We got TV, The Cars, The Star, 5 TV shows that featured iconic vehicles. And our wild card category this week is fast food menus. I'll give you menu items. You have to tell me which fast food restaurant they come from. So music, TV, or wild card, Judy, what would you like to play?
Let's try wild card.
Wild card. All right. This is a new one. Try something different. Today in our wild card category, I will name 3 fairly random menu items from a national fast food chain. It's not going to be like Big Mac. I'm going to get a little deeper into the menu.
Oh, I know that one. McDonald's.
Yeah, exactly. So, but you get 3, and you just need to tell me which chain all 3 menu items belong to. So if you can pass if you don't know one. We'll come back to it if there's time left in the minute.
These are fast food restaurants.
Fast food restaurants. Yep, drive-thrus, fast foods, national chains. None of them should be all that surprising when you hear the name, but do you know the menu item? So, Judy, you'll have 60 seconds, and then Woods will go. If you beat or tie him, we will put you into the drawing for the grand prize. You ready to play?
Yes.
All right. Wild card category, fast food menus. Your time begins when I give you your first menu item. Good luck, Judy. Let's take on Woods. Apple pecan salad, plain baked potato, son of Baconator.
Wendy's.
Correct. Chicken cordon bleu, potato cakes, classic beef and cheddar.
Arby's.
Correct. Fully loaded croissantwich, chicken fries, Hershey pie.
Burger King.
Correct. Cheesy roll-up, beefy potato loaded griller, cinnamon twists.
Taco Bell.
Correct. Breakfast, bacon breakfast toaster, cheesy Baja crispy tender wrap, chili cheese groovy fries.
Sonic.
Wow. Judy, you know your fast food. All right, well, first of all, let's get to everybody on a diet for knowing fast food that well, and let's put you into the drawing for the grand prize because you cannot lose. That was amazing. Stay on the line. Paulie's going to get your information. Well done. I think you're going to win this one. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know.
I have to give Woods the category because there's no other way because they have to explain what's going on here today. All right, so it's a wild card category today. It is called fast food menus. Okay. I will give you 3 menu items. You have to tell me which fast food chain they all come from.
Oh, all right.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right. 60 seconds on the clock.
How did you gain all the weight?
Your time begins when I give you your first menu item. Good luck, Woods. Let's take on Judy. Apple pecan salad, plain baked potato, son of Baconator.
Wendy's.
Correct. Chicken cordon bleu, potato cakes, classic beef and cheddar.
Arby's.
Correct. Fully loaded croissantwich, chicken fries.
Jack in the Box.
Incorrect.
Oh,
cheesy roll-up, beefy potato loaded griller, cinnamon twists.
Taco Bell.
Correct. Bacon breakfast toaster, cheesy Baja crispy tender wrap, chili cheese groovy fries.
Carl's Jr.?
Incorrect. That's 3 and a 5-3 win for Judy. You missed Burger King as the croissantwich, not
the croissantwich.
And then a Sonic is where you get your chili cheese groovy fries. Judy, well played.
Nice job,
you are
Judy.
in.
I didn't want to win that category, by the way, just so you know. I did not want to win that.
You should have gone with the 0.
I did. I have no idea, man.
Never,
Whole Foods?
Never heard of it.
Lazy Acres. Sprouts.
That Plant Power, I'm not sure what that one possibly is.
No, I was a little eager. I like to try to answer fast in case I need extra time. That's always my strategy.
Would you would it have helped? Would it have helped you if he finished the clue because you jumped in early? It was fully loaded croissantwich, chicken fries, and Hershey pie.
No, didn't know Burger King.
I didn't know a Hershey pie was Burger King.
Yeah,
never
Hershey
seen
pie.
that, heard of that. No idea what that is.
Sounds good to me. I bet it's delicious. Chicken fries, they're probably good. I can't. It's the name. I can't do it. Right?
Yeah, they're weird. They're long
strips of
breaded
chicken.
They're like
it's the name of the item, which makes me not.
Yeah, I had to go a little deeper on the menus. I couldn't go with
Whopper,
probably Big Mac, Jumbo Jack. Can't do the very obvious ones.
I thought, is he going to go like Hardee's or something like something
orange chicken?
Yeah. Those are all local. You can get all of those.
I believe they are all
locally.
available here in San Diego County. Like there were others like Culver's that are not here.
No, that's fine.
Still want to try Culver's. There's a bunch by spring training, but I haven't been yet. The Butterburger.
Butterburger's good, and they've got the.
I'm gonna try one of those.
The ice cream.
Not Frosties. That would be Wendy's.
That's Wendy's. Yeah.
But
good job. A good category. I like
Did
that.
you do the custards there?
Custard. That's
frozen
the word I was
custard.
looking for.
Okay.
Really tasty.
All right, we will take a timeout. Judy, you'll get your information during the break, and we will be joined by Jesse Agler, the voice of the San Diego Padres. Do our incorporator talk some Padres baseball coming up next year with Bennett Woods. Broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios. We know how on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
He just, here, I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please
Just a
don't.
little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Nothing. Now,
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's going to hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
That is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Of fast food and food talk in our YouTube stream
Always.
after our Take on Woods category. Congratulations again to Judy, who swept in the category of fast food menus. And as we bring on Jesse Agler here to our SDCCU fan hotline, it's not Big Bang Banking, it's better. I know Jesse usually tries to eat very healthy.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have a fast food, like a cheat item that you sometimes go to, Jesse? Just, when you have to?
I really try and avoid, but now, like with the kids,
yes,
it's
always
tough
those kids.
because, boy, do they love fast food.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh. If they could do it every day, they would. And my son, he's 10, there is to him no greater delicacy in the world than Taco Bell.
Oh my God.
And I'm like,
Same.
do you understand where we live? Like, we have some of the great Mexican food in the world. And I know some people will bristle at even referring to Taco Bell as Mexican food, but I was like, I can get you a great burrito at 1,000 places within a quarter of a mile, or tacos, whatever you want. And so now I've finally gotten him to be like, this is good at other places, but he thinks Taco Bell is the greatest thing on earth. And there are some pretty good things there. And, if you're going with him, it's hard not to get something. So that's sort of when I can fall into a trap.
Yeah, you got to be in the mood, and it's a specific taste.
I think there's something very appealing to a young person's sensibilities, because I remember when I was a kid.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
My mom would never take me to Taco Bell, but I always wanted to go. And I remember when I got my driver's license, the first place I drove myself was Taco Bell.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. The forbidden. He's growing up here, too. Forbidden, right? Like, you idiot, you don't eat that. You got this taco shop and that taco shop. And yeah, man, but there's, I'm like a twice a year.
Every 2 or 3 years.
I'm like a twice a year.
Barely ever.
Usually in Arizona at fantasy camp or something. Paulie and I will spend $3,000 and to eat at Taco Bell. And then usually once during the year, I'll take my
Taco Bell hates to see us coming through.
They love to see us coming, actually. Jesse, pretty cool last night watching the Padres completely fix their offense in just
in 3 months.
3 months.
3 little months.
That was wild. We talked a little bit this morning about, having to do things like that with this team right now because of the personnel. It has a lot to do with it, but it's also because of the struggles of the top.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, right? Like, look, when they call up Jace Bowen and Samad Taylor back-to-back days, you kind of knew this was going to come at some point, right? That's sort of like the idea. And then when you start them back-to-back days and you bat them back-to-back in the lineup, this is the idea. Now it's got to work situationally. It's got to work contextually. And that was very much the case yesterday. And then look, I mean, the Reds have been giving up leads left and right, basically since the beginning of May. This is their MO. The bullpen has been incendiary and the defense has been highly problematic. So it was kind of a perfect storm. They had this pretty much exact issue Sunday in St. Louis. It was the exact same thing happened to them. So, from an advanced scouting perspective, this was the most predictable thing that had ever happened in the world. The Reds knew exactly what the Padres were going to do in their dugout. Everybody knew exactly what was going to happen. And still it turned out the way that it did. And, that just sort of shows you that even at this level, sometimes if you're able to execute those sort of things, it can work out. And look, here's sort of the thing, moving forward is you hope that something like that can sort of unlock the greater offense, right? That's the dream moving forward here is that okay, you have a game like that, you have a couple of innings like that, and then it sort of just loosens up the whole thing. It sort of takes the shackles off of the offense, and that would be the best case scenario moving forward. And of course, now that Freddie Fermin homers every game, that sort of gives you, a little bit of cushion offensively.
Isn't that what you love about baseball though, Jesse? Yeah. It's the sport that they play 162 games. The numbers really will bear out over the long term. You can predict a lot of things in baseball, and yet it will also be the sport that surprises you the most, because anyone who said, oh yeah, Freddie Fermin's going to homer in 3 straight games. I mean,
you'd be a billionaire.
Would have literally bet almost my life against it. I'll give you $1 million, but hey, if he hits 3 in a row, you're dead. I'd probably take that bet, because I would feel so confident that is not going to happen based on everything I know about Freddie Fermin over the last year as a San Diego Padre. There's just no chance. Yet baseball will surprise you like that.
It's the beautiful stupidity of the game. And I mean, the line I always use is, just when you think you know something about this game, it will smack you in the face and remind you don't know anything at all. That's kind of my standard go-to, and it's so true. The guy's 0 for 30, hits a go-ahead home run, basically to win a game on Saturday against the Mets. It's another one on Sunday. It's another one on Monday. It's laughable. It's absolutely laughable. But also, it in a weird, stupid way makes absolute sense because of everything you just said. And, the game is just inexplicable at times, and it's the whole reason we keep coming back for more, even though it really doesn't make sense for us to do so sometimes, because you just don't really know what's ever going to happen or what you're going to expect or what you're going to get. And it's the beauty of the sport. It really is. And it never makes sense. And, I think that's a huge part of why we all love it as much as we do.
Talking to Jesse Agler here on Ben and Woods this morning, and we played the audio yesterday. We talked about it. I wanted to get your thoughts on Manny Machado's analytics interjection the other day, last Friday before the game. You work with Tony Gwynn Jr., right? Whose dad was a pioneer of hitting. I know plenty of people in the game that feel the way that Manny does. And I just kind of wanted to get what your thoughts are on the big bad buzzword of analytics in baseball right now amongst players and people you've talked to.
All right. So I think it's a really nuanced conversation. And I think, the way, it got sort of perceived with Manny is probably unfair to Manny. Now, I'll start here. I was not standing there when he said that. I think on the field. It happened in the clubhouse. But I talked to a couple of people who were standing there, and I think it got a little bit taken out of context. Now, I know people kind of hate when athletes say, "Oh, I got taken out of context," but I think it was probably a bit more tongue in cheek and sort of, not like he wasn't like railing against the man, when he said it. Was my understanding from the people who were standing there. Okay, so it wasn't like he was like, "I hate numbers." He wasn't being like, "Old man, get off my lawn." He was just, I think, kind of expressing, like, what are we doing here? We're overcomplicating something. I think that was sort of like what he was trying to get at. So let's start with that. But beyond that, I think there is a real tension in the sport, maybe between players and front offices. And Craig Stammen said that really nicely the other day before the game. He said, look, when I was a player, he's like, I couldn't worry about that stuff.
Right.
My job is to go out there and do the thing on the field. He goes, now, when I was part of the front office, I did understand the importance of that stuff because we're evaluating those guys in sort of a bigger picture. And I popped on with Tony on his show yesterday with Chris. And, I look at it this way. It's sort of like two different things. There's like front office conversations, so to speak, and game conversations, so to speak. And so like, when you and I are having a conversation as fans, or when you guys and I are having a conversation on the air, are we talking about trying to win a game, or are we talking about like a big picture, sort of roster thing? Now, if we're talking about a big picture roster thing, if we're talking about a reliever, are we worried about, are we going to re-sign this guy next year? Or are we talking about trying to trade for a guy? Or are we talking about extending a guy for 8 years?
Right.
All right, let's have a big picture analytical conversation. Let's get into some of those deep, dark numbers and have that conversation. But if we're talking about pinch hitting somebody, if we're talking about taking a pitcher out of a game, if we're talking about laying down a bunt or not, if we're talking about a micro decision within a game, we don't need to worry about that stuff as much. Now we're talking about something far more focused. And to me, that's like a very different, separate conversation. And there's a big difference in my mind between what it takes to win a game right here, right now, tonight in the 7th inning on June whatever, than there is about like zooming all the way out and having that big picture conversation. And I think sometimes that gets lost in baseball, is that we all always talk about it as if it's the big picture. And when you're trying to win a game, it's not big picture. And those numbers don't necessarily matter, in a given inning, in a given at bat, in a given game. And I think, again, like a lot of people talk about it, as if it's all the same thing. And to me, it really isn't. I think the big picture conversation is important when you're talking about big picture things. But I think when you're talking about a single game, a single moment in time, it's a little bit of a different conversation. And maybe that's kind of at the root of what Manny's talking about. When I'm in the box and this guy's throwing 98 with a 92 mile an hour slider, none of that really matters. And he's right, if you think about it that way, because you're in there, your feet are in the dirt, you're competing. And at that moment, that's what matters. Now, you got to have some information. You got to have your intel, got to know what he throws. You got to know what it looks like. I'm not saying you don't have to have info or intel, but there's only so much you need in that moment. And I think that's probably, not to try and be mind reader or whatever, but I think that's probably generally what he's getting at. And that's what I've heard from a lot of guys over the years. And I think that, most managers would agree with that. And so, again, I think, we too often as fans, as broadcasters, as talk show hosts, we wear our general manager hats, but we forget there's also a manager hat. There's also a player hat that we can put on. And those are different hats that you have to wear sometimes.
Such a good point,
Well said.
Jesse Agler. And Chris Rose kind of said the same thing. Like, Manny doesn't need to know what FIP is, fielding independent pitching. In fact, no one really does, because that's something that a general manager is a tool they're going to use. Like, now, this guy had a 5 ERA the last 2 seasons. Do I really want to sign him to a 4-year deal? But
look at his FIP.
His FIP was really good, so we can probably project that he'll be better than that. Manny doesn't need to know that or care about that. He's just trying to get a hit off that guy in the box, and that does nothing to help him succeed at his job, which is, trying to make solid contact.
Right. Like if you're telling me a pitcher is, over or underperforming or something like that, that does nothing for the guy in the box. It does. Now, it does something for the GM. Like I said, if you're like, do we sign this guy to an extension?
Right.
Maybe not, because we think he's overperforming, his expected numbers. All of that stuff does matter. But again, when you're talking about a single game, like in a moment in time. Now, again, I think, like if your team stinks, okay, if your team stinks and your games don't really matter from like a big picture standpoint, you're going to wear your GM hat more often as a fan, right? Because you're going to be thinking about the future. You're going to be thinking about the draft. You're going to be thinking about the minors. You're going to be thinking about the prospects. You're going to be thinking about a year or 2 or 3 down the road. But if your team is good, if your team is a postseason contender, if you have World Series aspirations, I would argue you got to spend more time wearing your player hat and your manager hat than you do your GM hat, because you're thinking much more about tonight than you are about a couple of years down the line. Now, obviously, come trade deadline time, it'll be fun to put on your GM hat. But like for the Padres' perspective, I would argue that, until we get closer to that trade deadline, we should spend a lot more time wearing our Stammen hat, our Machado hat, our Tatis hat, than we should our Preller hat. Because, let's zoom in on tonight against the Reds. Let's focus on what matters here and now and not worry so much, about, somebody's expected numbers and what that might mean a couple of months from now or even, a year from now.
Stay in the moment. Is what,
you know what? I'm going to take that advice, and there'll be times that we put on our GM hat, but let's not wear it 365 days a year.
Yeah,
around the trade deadline, certainly in the off season. Yeah, absolutely, GM hat.
Sure.
During the year, we need to take it off a little bit more often. Take Jesse's advice. Jesse, it is time for the Incorporator. We're getting near the halfway point of the alphabet. We are on to the letter K this week for tonight's Incorporator. And Paulie, if you would,
Katzenjammer.
Katzenjammer. It's a German loan word that is most commonly used to describe a bad hangover.
Oh,
real
Katzenjammer.
It can also describe feeling emotionally distressed or a state of loud, chaotic confusion. But I think the simplest one is a bad hangover. It's literally translated Katzen, cat, and jammer, wailing. So the wailing of a cat.
The wailing of a cat.
Probably the feeling in your head when you have a hangover. So it's a Katzenjammer.
Got it. So we're just we're doing different languages now. We're just
it's a loan word. It's a loan word.
Yeah. It's origin.
Its origin is German, but all of our words are from somewhere else. Jesse.
Right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, nothing's original.
That's true.
K was actually one of the surprisingly harder ones as I was going through the alphabet to come up with good ones to use.
I mean, it'd be fun to kind of I would imagine X has the fewest words that begin with it. I wonder of the non, XZ, what of the normal letters has the fewest words that begin with it in the dictionary?
Got to be X.
I think X has got to be.
Yeah, but I'm thinking aside from
aside from those,
Z.
Ooh, K is K was definitely a smaller
probably
list.
up there. Yeah.
Because a lot of the cut sounds are C words, not K words.
Exactly.
But and then there's also the silent K. And I didn't want to give you a silent K because I wanted to hear the K sound.
That's Google AI says the letter X has the fewest words in the dictionary.
Yep, for sure. For sure.
Well, we'll worry about that in September, Jesse.
Okay. Have you gamed this out, by the way? Are we going to get all the way through?
Yeah.
It depends on whether you miss any weeks and, how we handle the All-Star break, I believe.
So. Got to be on your game is what we're saying. Or you can always double up, triple up.
We might need one playoff week to get to Z. So let's go Padres.
Yeah.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you.
Jesse Eichler, voice of the San Diego Padres, joins us each and every Tuesday, and you can listen tonight at 6:40 when the Padres and Reds battle for Jesse to try to incorporate Katzenjammer.
Been waiting all day to talk hoops, man.
We'll do some during our rival report in our final hour as the Spurs get back into the NBA Finals, a game they needed to have. We'll also give away some tickets to the KSON NASCAR Country Fest, all coming up in the final hour of Ben Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Sally B tweeted us and said, does anybody else get a laugh out of Jesse giving out the lineup and saying Bowen, Taylor, and Fermin? I swear it sounds like Woodsy's kids, Bowen, Taylor, and Fermin. And we don't have a third yet. Don't know that we're going to go with Fermin Woods. It's not been broached yet. I think all possibilities are on the table.
What about Bowen, Taylor, Duran?
Bowen, Taylor, Duran. Maybe. Bowen, Taylor, and our daughter Fermin. Fermin Woods.
The Ferminator.
Do you start Freddie Fermin tonight is the $1 million question.
I say yes.
I
say 1,000%.
I say no. And
Really?
Here's why. He's not going to start today and tomorrow.
No.
5 days in a row and a day game after a night game. So if I know I'm giving him 1 day off, I don't want him to take 2 straight days off on Wednesday and Thursday when there's
Why
an
not?
off day.
Why wouldn't you want that?
Because I want him to stay hot. So if I
start him today.
Well, but then he's going to lose
What's
it
the
on Wednesday
definition
and
of staying hot?
Then he's going to lose it on Wednesday and Thursday because he won't play
You
again
don't have a
until
game on
Friday.
Thursday.
That's fine. There's no game on Thursday.
I know.
You're always
So
going to
if
get
I
that
play him
down.
on Wednesday, then he plays Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Now you're getting cute. You're getting cute. You don't need to get cute.
He's probably very tired after catching 3 consecutive games. I don't think he's caught 4 in a row all year. I'm pretty sure he hasn't.
I promise you.
He's good.
Do you
He is
DH Freddie? Do you DH Freddie?
There's a thought. No one feels less pain right now than Frederick Fermin. No one. Nobody.
Yeah. 100%.
He's like, if I'm him, I walk in, I'm like, there's no question I'm staying.
I'm walking off the field last night and being like, by the way, I'm good to go tomorrow.
I'm good to go tomorrow. It wasn't only the home run, right? The home run's been great, but it was the knock too. Late knock and drove in another run. Like, yeah, dude, he's not feeling one bit of pain right now. I think you do start him knowing you're going to get the day off in the day game, certainly. And then we have a day off after that. I think you got to ride with him, don't you? The hot hand? I don't think you get cute here.
Well, and even disregard the hot hand. I think 2 days off for anybody when you can get them back-to-back days off, that's so rare, especially for a catcher during the season.
Win today, give Manny the day off tomorrow, give Fermin, give Jackson, get some guys in, but you go out and beat Chase Burns today. Yeah, he did. He took a ball off the ankle in the ninth. Nate said he did. Dang it. It's dependent on the player, but I promise you he wants to be like he's
taking a ton of foul balls off everywhere.
He's seeing it so well right now. When you're seeing it that well, the last thing you want to do is be like, yeah, no, I'll sit. No, you want to get back in there. You can't rest the Ferminator, as Guzman says. You just can't. You need that guy
Who
in
would
the
have
lineup.
thought that we'd be saying that?
Yeah.
4 or 5 days ago. We were mostly saying, send him to the minor, bring up Ethan Salas.
God, can we get Campy back?
Anything but more Freddie Fermin. And now we can't even give him a day off after 4 straight days.
He's our Cal Raleigh right now. So crazy that you'd rather have him in the lineup than Cal Raleigh. But it's
By the
true.
way, thanks again to Jesse Agler for joining us. We also found out that Katzenjammer is the name of a English language Norwegian band.
Ooh, do you have any Katzenjammer for us?
Pop music from Oslo, Norway, formed in 2005, known for their energetic live performances.
Katzenjammer.
But that's the incorporator word for tonight.
Okay.
So, Paulie, any Katzenjammer for us?
I'd like to hear some.
This is called Demon Kitty Rag. Obviously.
Clearly. Demon Kitty Rag. I want to hear some vocals.
Speaking like a country rose or a preacher's petting dragon.
20s and 30s.
Banging on a kettle drum, I won't make you notice me. Though you're far beyond belief.
It's like a band. We were talking earlier about dating. You're dating someone new, and she's like, let's go see Katzenjammer. And you're like, oh, cool.
Totally
There's,
into that.
Four
I love
women.
that.
4 women on the Apple Music homepage here
Okay.
for their band. I see.
It's too cheery for me, to be honest. I don't need it.
An accordion. You don't see those too often.
I don't need it that upbeat. I need a little more morose, to be honest. Sounds like old-timey movies speak. Yeah.
Like the no dial or the no talking
yes,
movies.
the
black and white.
When they play the music inside the theater. Charlie Chaplin's running along the screen.
Guy on a unicycle. Pass. Pass. Way too cherry for me.
All right, Paulie, take things over for us. It's time for the Roundel Report.
And get things started here with our today's edition of the Roundel Report.
Now tuned into the greatest.
Welcome to the Reindl Report with Paul Reindl.
Hi, Paul.
All right.
2 stories from the world of sports that we haven't gotten to yet.
We'll start off in Major League Baseball.
And 1 story that you didn't know you needed.
Are you laughing, biatch?
It's the Reindl Report
Hey, Paul, how you doing? Okay, how are you?
on 97.3 The Fan.
Are you ready to bless the mood? I need some help, please.
That was good.
Can I get a oh yeah? Oh yeah.
All right.
All right.
All right.
All right.
All right. Happy Tuesday, gentlemen.
Yes, sir.
We will start off. We'll do a little NBA talk here. Spurs did not even the series, but they did get back into the series by taking a 2-1 winning yesterday, 115-111. And very bizarre to see the first 3 games all go to the road teams. That is not something you will typically see. Yesterday, Victor Wembanyama led the way for the Spurs with 32 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, and 3 blocks as well. He really is just the engine for the Spurs. Knicks watched most of the game, seemed just a little flat. They came out flat. They started the second half flat.
They were down 14 at one point.
Got back into it.
That's the thing is like those guys are really hard to put away.
You don't watch much NBA anymore. Like the game now, it is so streaky. You could be down 21 points in the second quarter.
And it's nothing.
It's no big deal. It's no
Why
big
is
deal
that?
for
Defense?
Everybody shoots threes, and all it takes is a couple threes, a couple stops, and you're right back in it. It's just the flow, the game flow is so much different now than
the Knicks,
how it used to
the Knicks missed like 10 in a row in the fourth quarter.
They couldn't buy a shot.
The Spurs weren't shooting well in the fourth quarter either. Did you know that the Spurs have blown a double-digit lead in all 3 games of the series?
It's not bode well. It's
Including-
not a
they were
trend
up-
you want.
Yeah, they were up double digits in the first half, and then they trailed by 7 at halftime, and then they had to rally back, and then they nearly blew it again in the fourth quarter because they couldn't make a shot, but they finally did. Stephon Castle was the one. He had both a big 3-pointer, and then what I have to think is one of the most pressure-packed situations in all of sports. Your team is up 2. There's like less than 10 seconds to go, and you've got the ball. So they have to foul you so you can get the ball back. And you were on the free throw line knowing if I make both of these, we've won the game. But if I miss either of them, then we could still lose. We could go to overtime, whatever. And you're in a hostile environment, Madison Square Garden. Everyone's screaming. The fans are all trying to distract you. And you're doing something that, you should be fairly easy, making free throws for a professional basketball player. But your arms and legs have to feel like jelly at the end of the fourth quarter.
Nothing free about them,
It's
dude.
such a pressure-packed situation. And the 21-year-old from UConn knocked both of them down and cinched the victory for the Spurs. That is stepping up big time.
I thought you were going to say, you know what gets me when I'm watching basketball? The inbound. The inbounds where everyone is covered, like white on rice.
Yeah.
And the guys moving,
Well,
and they...
And you know what the Spurs do? They put Wemby on the guy that's inbounding.
That's exactly right.
Can't see around. What are you supposed to do?
Everyone, and I'm like, just the thought of trying to get that ball
Knicks
in.
had that chance down too because of an unbelievable inbound to the corner to I think it was Anunoby who then was draped. I think Harper was all over him, and he still somehow turned around and made a shot, a 3-pointer from the corner. How they even got him the ball in that spot? Like he had zero room to work, and somehow got it. They are amazing athletes, obviously, and so incredibly skilled.
Knicks fans incensed about some no calls. The Wemby one was as egregious a foul as
Brunson.
He took, his big giant paw and was like, and like Andre the Giant him to the floor, and they're like, didn't see anything here.
Shaq was defending it at halftime.
Was he?
He was like, as a big man, he's like, no way, get your little ass out of here. And I'm like, dude, a foul's a foul. Look, hey, I play basketball still at the adult level, and I get it. It's totally different. But I've always been a taller, bigger player on my team.
Yeah.
Every team, I've been a forward, a center, a post, or whatever. You get those guys that are 12 inches shorter than you. They're smaller. They're just a small team, and they're going to guard you. I understand, like, I should be able to be stronger and get through and draw some contact and still make a shot. But if you're fouling me because I'm bigger than you, a foul is still a foul.
It's still a foul.
And Mike Brown, coach of the Knicks, he was pissed off last night.
He was furious.
Says here, the Knicks were in the penalty for the last 9.5 minutes of the fourth quarter, meaning any foul, they're shooting free throws for 9 minutes, which is like an hour in the NBA. The Spurs still had a 24-8 advantage in free throw attempts in that span. And he's going, man, dude, all the most important parts of the game, every foul went to the Spurs. Yep. He also said, look, we didn't do a very good job. We weren't as fresh as we should have been. And, you know, we didn't do a great job of drawing fouls and creating contact. But Spurs back into it, as much of a must win as a game could have been for them. And we now wait for game 4 tomorrow night in Madison Square Garden. And tonight we'll just keep it rolling with some championship action. The Stanley Cup continues 5 o'clock tonight on ABC, right?
ABC,
tonight.
yeah. Every game of the finals, both series on ABC 10.
Vegas has a 2-1 lead in the Stanley Cup, and so Carolina looking to even things up tonight, 5 p.m.
Just one more thought on the NBA.
Yes.
I agree with Charles Barkley said after the game, is they asked, the fouls, Mike Brown, he goes,
about Cardi B?
Or the other
thing
the other thing Charles Barkley said. He said, yeah, the fouls were lopsided, but who played better in that game? He said the Spurs played better than the Knicks in that game. So you can complain all you want, and Mike Brown
agree with that.
Probably smart to complain, take some heat off his players, forces the officials maybe to make some more calls in the next game his way.
He literally said that. Yeah, he was like, I know it's going to be a story now because I'm saying this, but, I do want officiating to be a part of the game in game 4. It's got to improve. We'll see. That's it for sports. We'll go to music here for the next story. I didn't really look into a whole lot of the details of what happened over the weekend, but in Pittsburgh, Morgan Wallen is getting some criticism for canceling a concert due to weather concerns in the Pittsburgh area on Saturday. He canceled the show around 1 p.m. on Saturday. The show was scheduled to start at around 8 p.m., so about 7 hours after the show was canceled. Yeah. There wasn't a whole lot of bad weather even to begin with, and it all cleared up and was gone like within 2 hours. By 3 o'clock, it was good. Parts of Pittsburgh didn't even get any wind or rain.
Yeah, 4:30 p.m. local time. Concert was set to begin at 5:30. With photos showing a gorgeous clear sky over the stadium.
Yes. Now,
so there, a lot of people. There's a million sob stories, but
Morgan Wallen said after talking with local officials and my team, there's no choice but to cancel tonight's show due to severe adverse weather conditions expected throughout the rest of the day and night. Right. Safety for my fans and crew is the highest priority. Refunds available at point of purchase.
Better safe than sorry, right?
Yeah, if that actually was true. However, the mayor of Pittsburgh,
Corey O'Connor, he told KDKA Radio that they never reached out to him or his people or his office or anything like that. He was not notified of any cancellation in advance. Team never reached out to say, what should we do here?
Said if you're going to say that you consulted, that's one story. We, again, had no record of that from public safety director all the way down. And so now people are going, did he just not want to play a concert on Saturday?
See, now to me, that doesn't make a lot of sense. You're a musician. You only get paid if you do the concerts. You're planning on doing the concert. You're there. I don't think you want to cancel the concert. It's a no-win situation. If you don't cancel it and the weather is bad, then you get blamed for he wouldn't even give a refund. He did his concert and we couldn't get out. I didn't want to get out in the weather. And now we can't get the refund.
No, it's rain or shine. That policy that you're like, if it rains, I'm not getting my money back. Yeah. But I'll raise you Stephen Morrissey, Benjamin.
Yeah.
Tell me again. The guy literally would be backstage and be like, I can't do this. I'm leaving. Right. And walk out the door. So it is what it is.
Morgan Wallen, he changed his tune a little bit after the fact and kind of threw his team under the bus.
Changed his auto tune?
Sure.
Get me down my whiz.
He said, I understand that wind and whatever else hasn't gotten to Pittsburgh yet. I know it has touched some of Pennsylvania, so my heart goes out to those who are affected by it.
Don't you worry. It's going to get windy.
He said, the truth of the matter is I have a large stage that in those conditions could become fatal to a lot of folks around it. So I did the best I could with the information I had in that moment. I've been seeing a lot of nonsense about me that simply isn't true. I just wanted to clear the air. I think my fans know that that's not how I operate.
Right. Pressure's on. I'll be doing the weather later this month. My forecast could impact all of San Diego's plans.
I'm not coming to work. Yeah.
And I tell you, there's going to be, thunder and lightning, and it's going to be nasty out there. You cancel all your plans. And
God, I hope we
turns out to be a perfect night. Everyone's going to blame me.
I hope we get such a weather day, that day that you have to do the weather. Really, really challenge yourself on a weather day.
Praying for. Yeah, it's going to be June gloom, overcast in the morning with partly clearing skies in the afternoon. Highs of 71 on the coast, 83 inland.
Nailed it. Look at you.
Bam.
You've been practicing.
Love it. Finally, we'll wrap it up. The question has finally been answered. I know you guys have been wondering. Scientists have determined the normal amount of times one should pass gas in a day.
In a day.
In
one day.
The normal time.
Any guesses? First of all,
I mean,
6.
Certainly depends on how much I eat, when I eat, what I eat.
Yeah.
6 is what you said.
Sure. Couple in the morning, couple in the afternoon, couple at night. Holly,
I'm going to go with
the gist.
I think you're not far off. I'm going to go with 8.
Okay.
8. Okay. So researchers in Australia's Commonwealth Scientific and Industrial Research Organization, or CICERO, as it's commonly known. So they had a study. They had over 6,500 adults in the area because they needed to find out how many times is the average amount of time.
Listen, we've got an extra $100,000 sitting. We're going to have to do something with it.
Was this self-reporting, or were they wearing a tracker?
How about a
of some
fart
sort?
study? Let's do the fart study. Come on, please.
So of the 6,400 and change across Australia and beyond that were part of this experiment, the study says they logged 360,192 instances of passing gas in real time, and they used an app on your phone called Chart Your Fart, which was built for the study.
Fart chart.
The average amount was 5 per day.
Oh, I was close.
Yeah, 5 per day. So the median sat a little bit lower at 3.8, so about 4 per day.
That's for men, women, the whole thing.
Yeah, 80% of all participants were between 2 and 7 per day.
All right.
And that is what the scientists determined would be not just average or normal, but healthy as well.
Okay. All right.
Is there, see, now that's, sometimes it's hard to determine how, is it
that counts.
Is it all, that counts,
yeah.
Obviously, but what about the ones that are kind of staggered and a little bit longer? Is that multiple ones, or is that just one?
That's one
long one.
Yeah. You've decided to cut it up into pieces.
They kept calling them episodes. So I think
it's one episode.
Yeah, that's one episode.
Yeah.
It says
you controlled it.
Like the next paragraph here on this article that I'm reading says why this study matters. It goes, for decades, textbooks told clinicians and patients that 5 to 20 times a day was more than normal range.
Wow.
And there was limited evidence to really provided for that.
But what's
I don't know.
What's the purpose? Like, hey man, we gotta change
knowledge.
Okay.
It's about more knowledge.
All right.
There's an old Jerry Seinfeld stand-up from the 90s when he's like, we got seedless watermelon.
Yeah.
There's some guy, one doctor is
Genius.
dedicating his life to cancer, whatever. And some guy was eating a watermelon one day and was like,
this sucks.
Oh, we can't do this.
Was he
I'm
wrong?
dedicating my life to melons.
Was he wrong? No, he was not wrong. Seedless watermelon is infinitely better than seedful. Watermelon.
Why would you ever
get a
regular watermelon?
A seedful watermelon.
Do they still have to grow seeded watermelons so they can grow more watermelons? How do you grow? What do you plant?
I don't know.
Because those little white seeds, do they grow watermelons too, or does only the big black ones grow watermelons? I've always wondered this about the seedless watermelons.
Those little ones.
What do seedless watermelons grow from?
I have no idea. Yeah. How do you get the seeds? Blow your mind. Made in a lab. Thank you, Paulie. That was enlightening.
All right, we will take a quick time out when we come back. Speaking of country music, we've got the KSON NASCAR Country Fest ticket giveaway. Look ahead to Game 2 of the Padres series against the Reds. All coming up with Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
in the chat says, can we reinstate the Rally Roach? I believe that is the key to unlock our full potential. If Crisello keeps eating crackers in here and leaving crumbs behind, it's a matter of time. The roaches will come.
Point.
The roaches will come. We won a lot of games with that Rally Roach, man. A lot. Remember that?
Yeah. It was a good luck charm,
that
for sure.
Big ass real roach in here that day almost sent me over the edge. But yeah. God. Start leaving like old milk around and stuff and bread and whatever they like. Ham. I have no idea what a roach actually likes, but we're getting there. You okay?
Yeah, having some technical difficulties. The internet on my camera went down, so now I'm on my laptop and looking all wonky here with the light. And just
you okay?
Yeah. Well, I want to.
Don't you always tell me to plow through?
I do. Adam wanted me to alert him if the internet issue continued, so he could try to get someone to address it before the start of Braden's show.
Continuing,
but the problem continues with the computer in here. It was awkward because
you look like a. You look like a deviant on social media.
I know, it doesn't look
that's
good.
Like, hey, I'm about to.
You look
take
like
my
you comment
pants off.
on random
Yes!
girls' photos.
Beautiful. Wow.
With rose emojis.
Stunning. Dude, get a screenshot of that.
I see it. I can see it right now.
That's exactly what you look like.
Man.
Please respond. Where's that light coming from?
It's just the glare from the ceiling light that's hitting. It's a problem.
Ooh, that looks
thinking,
Woods. Doesn't help your case for
it doesn't.
So anyway, I went and used our restroom during our break, and for the first time in my life, I found myself standing right next to Adam in the restroom.
Oh, that's so awkward.
Sorry about
Is
that.
he on the little kids one?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
there's a big one and a little one.
And it was very awkward. I think for both of us, honestly.
Yeah.
Trying to make conversation. We discussed like future roundtable hosts. And
whilst
stuff.
you were.
Yeah. I told him about our internet problems. I generally try to go use it when I don't think anyone's in there. You always walk in on me, though.
Always. I always give him a pat on his butt while he's going to the bathroom, too.
I've at least gotten used to that, but it's just uncomfortable for me and Adam.
That angle is no good. I mean, this angle is no good for you.
It's not great. What are you doing?
I'm taking a picture of it because you look like the I showed you my penis, please respond guy. That's what you look like. That's the same angle as that guy on Twitter with his head back like he's laid back on his couch with his shirt off. If you had your shirt off, you would look, and your glasses off, you would look just like that guy.
So anyway, let's see. Where were we? Oh yeah, we got to give away.
How do you recover?
Where were we? Where were we? We weren't anywhere, unfortunately. We have to give away some tickets to KSON NASCAR Country Fest. It is coming to Gallagher Square on June 20th. That is next Saturday. And if you're the fourth caller right now at 833-288-0973, get you a pair of tickets. You can also get your own tickets at Ticketmaster.com right now. Pair of tickets all in for just $97.30. Oh, I get it, like 97.3 the fan. $97.30 for a pair of tickets all in to KSON NASCAR Country Fest featuring Steven Wilson Jr.
He's so good, man.
All right. If we can get this fixed, we will. If not, we'll just bear through it for the last segment. But let's take a time out. We will come back, wrap things up, spin the topic wheel, talk Padres baseball tonight against the Cincinnati Reds. All coming up with Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
He just, here, I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Nothing. Now,
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's going to hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee
It's going to in a second.
right here.
That is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
I would like to apologize in advance to you, Benjamin. While you were worrying about your computer and the internet, Paulie was over there. He was in the lab.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The audio visual lab.
Yeah.
Not the audio. He was in the visual lab.
Was that what was taking up all the internet space? Was Paulie
Possibly.
working so hard over
Possibly.
there?
Potentially.
Yeah, didn't take long. I just typed in, what I typed in? I typed in the word beautiful.
Yeah.
And a couple of different emojis, like the heart eyes, the rose, fire emoji.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't take long to find some weirdo that commented on a picture of a woman in a towel.
Yes.
And he just writes, "Hi, beautiful."
Hi, beautiful.
And he's got the exact
the same
same camera angle that you did.
Do people know you can see what they write? Or do they? Do they think it's a private message? Hi, beautiful. Oh, look, there he is. But there he is. Hi, beautiful. that view. It's that view of like, I need a picture for Twitter. Here, let me take it from down here.
Oh God, it's so funny.
One of the funniest. That's one of the funniest.
That's not the audio lab. That's the visual
That's the
lab.
visual
That was
lab,
quick
yeah.
work there, Paulie.
That is one of the best things I've ever seen. Hi, beautiful. Just so you guys know.
I'm worried that people are going to feel like that's a real. It looks like a real post with a real picture.
My stomach hurts. Just that weird angle that you had to work off of, man. Oh, it's not your fault. It just happened. I can look at it all day. Send me that, because that's what I want when he calls me, which is like once a year. I want that to come up.
Dude.
Hi, beautiful.
That reminds me. Oh my God. Yesterday it was probably 11:30 a.m. I'm sitting at my desk in my office and my phone rings. I look down. Ben Higgins.
What in the world?
Ben, what did I say when I answered?
Who died?
I literally went, oh God, who died?
Oh no. Woods finally did it.
It happened to be about nothing. It
I
was
just had a question
clarification
that felt
on
like it
some
was going to
work
be
stuff.
too hard to try to explain via text, so I thought I better just do this.
When I tell you, I have
audibly.
this little like phone resting like mount on my desk, and I was listening to some music or whatever, and the music stopped for the phone call to come in. When I looked down and saw Ben Higgins, my heart stopped. I was like, "Oh, the Woods died."
Yeah, that's it. That's it. It's finally hey, should we ditch him and do our own thing? Show Ben and Paul.
They took Woods to the farm upstate.
Yeah, that's it for him.
Yeah.
People said, please show it again because they loved it so much.
I'll just leave that up for the rest of the show.
The high beautiful.
And it's like, look at the other one.
Yes.
I mean, it's the exact same picture.
It's incredible. We just doxed this poor guy, Paulie, but
he doxed himself.
He did. He doxed it. You're right. You put this on a social media platform. We can see what you wrote. And I guess inherently there's nothing.
Oh, God, that's funny.
Let's break this down. Inherently, is there anything wrong with saying, hello, beautiful, or hi, beautiful? No, there's not. Well, okay. There used to not be. Now I think things have changed. I can't walk up to a woman, nor should I, at Vaughn's and go, hi, beautiful. I just don't think you can do it anymore. I really don't.
And I guess at this point you have to question, are either of those people really people?
Great question. Great question.
Or is this just a constant stream of
just bots?
Bots that are trying to engage with other bots to generate whatever. I don't even know at this point.
When I tell you, like my side like is starting to cramp up and ache. I was laughing so hard.
Well, there's a new I don't know, you guys, your DMs on Twitter are not open, correct?
They are not publicly open to everybody.
Okay,
Correct,
because I got last night, I was looking through I got, man, it actually makes me sad because I had a couple of people reaching out like in early April, like, hey man, when's the next men's mental health group? But it goes to this hidden folder because I guess I don't follow them or whatever. So I found this treasure trove of tier ones that were like,
dated DMs.
And I'm looking, I'm trying to answer them. Hey man, sorry, this went to this weird file. Then there's an even weirder file on top of the one that's already hit. There's the DM. Then there's a probable
spam.
No, there's a DM, which I get. Then there's the hidden file, which I looked through and that's where I saw some tier ones writing about, some serious stuff. And then there's an even deeper file that's probably spam. So I clicked on that one and I was like, I had probably 100 messages of like, hi, I'm nude. Would you like to? And it was just, it just never ended. So I think you're right. It's probably just bot on bot crime. But what's the reason?
I don't know. Someone must think they're making money somewhere.
Oh yeah.
What if they're both bots though? What's the
two bots fighting with each other?
Yeah. Two bots find love. Potentially.
The alternative
Netflix show.
There's someone out there.
What's
who
dead
thinks,
internet? People are saying it's dead internet theory. I don't know what that is. I've never heard of that.
The dead internet theory?
Yeah, have you guys heard of this?
I mean,
that the internet's dead?
The other thought, though, is that it's a real person thinking that commenting on that picture in some way is going to create some sort of relationship or, start something
this
special
random
and meaningful.
21-year-old woman in a towel is like, whoa, look at this guy.
Look at this guy.
Would you like to meet up?
Stranger things have happened, certainly.
Sure.
They always say shoot your shot. But I also think you have to shoot your shot at the right target. Does that make sense? Punch your weight, as they say. You're a welterweight. You're not fighting heavyweight, right? You're a bantamweight. You're not fighting heavyweight. So, hi, beautiful. I don't know what you're looking for. Do you keep checking your phone all day to see if she responded?
Well, I just went back to that random account. He's 0 follower or 13 followers following 0.
Right.
Based on the rest of his replies, the guy likes to shoot his shot. Let's see. I'll just read the
Cousins,
replies.
Russ, and
Every
Victor,
picture is questionable to even show on the on the stream. But let's see. There's hi, beautiful,
Okay.
hi, beautiful, hi, beautiful, hi, beautiful, hello, hi, beautiful, hello, beautiful, hi, beautiful.
His mom calls him. She's like, have you found anybody? No, but it's not for a lack of trying. I've been sitting here all day saying hello to people. I haven't got any nibbles yet, Mom.
I mean, this guy's going for quantity over quality. I'll tell you right now. He's just as many times as he can say hi, beautiful to a woman in an underwear or bathing suit.
I'd get frustrated pretty quickly, though, with the lack of responses.
Well, I think you just got to stick to it.
Wow.
I think you have to.
Persistence.
Well, he's only had his Twitter account for a month, it says. So, he's probably still working on that, figuring it all out.
I mean, you know how to take ground. You know how to field a ground ball. You still got to go out and take grounders every day. Right, you still got to go to batting practice every. You know how to hit, but you still got to go to batting practice every day. I think you stick to the process and trust that it will work out in your favor. I think that's the thinking there.
Quickly, some breaking baseball news. Well, I didn't know it was breaking baseball news, but I saw this tweet. It said, "Source: Braden Montgomery is being called up to the majors." No idea who Braden Montgomery is, but my first question is, wonder if the boys in here own any Braden Montgomery baseball cards. And I immediately got an affirmative from both of you. Who is Braden Montgomery and why should I care?
He's the White Sox #2 prospect, Braden Montgomery. Yeah, I've been on him for a while and excited. A big day for us.
You have remarkably upped your knowledge of minor league prospects. I mean,
in an effort to be better at my job.
You're basically now a Mad Friars employee at this point.
Woods is much more into the prospect angle on cards than I am. I'm trying to catch up. I'm trying to get there. But my point is, just baseball cards in general has kept me much more in tune with the game outside of the San Diego Padres. Following guys I have a bunch of his cards. I'd like to see that stock rise or whatever. It's like, I don't play fantasy baseball. I don't play any fantasy sports, but that was kind of always like that kept me in with like football.
Sure.
If you have fantasy football every week, you're paying attention to how guys are playing throughout the league.
Okay, but for the last 8 years, you have both been part of a
I've never watched any other baseball besides Padres.
4-hour radio talk show every day where having that sort of knowledge, you're actually paid to like follow these things.
Am I paid for White Sox prospect knowledge?
I don't know, but now all of a sudden, because of baseball cards, you've decided to make yourself much more knowledgeable about the world of top prospects in Major League Baseball.
It's essentially me saying hi, beautiful on a bunch of different people's cards is what it is. Hoping again that one of them turns into the next big thing. And I'm like, I knew it. I knew it was going to work. Hi, beautiful actually worked. But like I've done pretty well now. It's a volume thing too. I mean, if at the beginning of the year, because remember, McGonigal was huge. I sold some McGonigal cards. I sold some Connor Griffins. I got a bunch of Connors coming back. He's on the IL.
They've
right
all
now.
had their moments. JJ Weatherholt.
Yeah, Weatherholt's been amazing. So those are great. But what has happened is I've also gone in on 150 other ones that aren't going to work, So I'm learning my lesson as I go. But yeah, I am much more dialed in now. I scour for the next big thing is what I do.
I guess good for you and
Thank
us
you. I
that you
appreciate
now
it.
have this knowledge that you can tell me all about Braden Montgomery, the #2 prospect for the Chicago White Sox that's being called up to the major leagues.
Yeah, it's that's a team too, man. they're going to be.
Are they going to White Sox this thing?
I was just going to say, you never know that it's going to translate, right? You never know that it's going to translate to this big dynasty. But as far as if you're a collector, they have the number 1 pick in the draft, right? Rock Chalowski from UCLA is widely expected to go. Been on him like 6 months. It's great. Like, so it's fun and to see who goes where. But yeah, he's a good prospect. So we'll see. It's fun, man. And that's a team. That's a team that you probably enjoy watching every night. The young core. We were kind of promised it here. The hot talent lava. None of them had any talent. That was the problem. They were hot lava at the time, and I bet you there were guys that were in the collectors that were like,
for sure.
We got burned so bad. None of those guys had any talent, really. The hot talent lava. None of them really made it. So,
who was that was like Manny Margot, Hunter Renfroe,
Carlos Suarez, Austin Hedges,
Urias.
Yeah, Luis Urias.
I think Tatis was part of that, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So he panned out.
Yeah, he panned out. But for the most part, it was
kind of pitching like Luis Patino, Michel Baez.
A lot of
Morejon was way back in the day. He's finally panned out.
Yeah.
Many years later. Speaking of the Padres, Game 2 of their series against the Cincinnati Reds tonight at 6:40 will be the 5th start this season for Lucas Giolito, who won his first. Well, the Padres won his first 3 starts, and then they lost the most recent effort against the Philadelphia Phillies. Went 4+, I believe, 3 runs, 2 earned, and a home run in a 6-4 loss to the Phillies his last time out. He will be opposed by Chase Burns, who has a really great name for a baseball pitcher, because you like batters to chase, and his fastball, it burns. It's hot. It comes in fast.
Good on him too. Yep.
So he has been, I think he's 8-1 this year. Yeah. Is having a really good season with an ERA just over 2. So the Padres will have their hands full with Chase Burns tonight in Game 2 of the series. But you're looking for your first series victory in a while. We could actually get a guttural yell.
So Padres kind of have their hands full with just about everybody right now. So
yeah, it's true. Again, the strategy for Craig Stammen, Steven Souza Jr., and everybody in the lineup is do your best to get his pitch count up and get into the bullpen. I honestly, I understand sometimes first pitch hunting is the best way to go, but with a guy like Burns, Benny, I think if you can wait him out a little bit, fight, put together some really good ABs early, try to get into that pen ASAP. Make them make plays defensively. They're not a good defensive team. Make them make plays and see what happens.
Doesn't walk a ton. 81 strikeouts, 21 walks. So, he's been in the strike zone this well. That's why he's been so good so far. Hasn't lost a decision since April 10th against the Angels. So he's been really, really good. The Reds are on a 5-game losing streak, so they're looking for him to be the stopper here and keep it from getting any worse. So that'll be 6:40 tonight with Sammy Levitt and the Eco Water SoCal pregame show at 5:40 tonight. As the Padres look for a series victory.
Means he's due for a clunker, to be honest.
Yeah, his last time out, they did lose 5-2. He only gave up 2 runs in 6 innings, 4 hits, 9 strikeouts, 1 walk. That's a very quality start.
Yeah.
They happen to lose to the Kansas City Royals. They haven't been scoring a ton because, their lineup's been injured too, with Ellie De La Cruz out, missing some key players in their lineup.
I really wanted to see Ellie play because I love watching Ellie play, but I'm really glad he's not in there. Matt McClain, we've got our hands full with that guy. He seems like he's always a pest against.
I'm always surprised when he's been in 6th in their lineup.
Yeah, he's hitting 7th last night or something like that.
Matt McClain, isn't he the best hitter in all of baseball?
For real.
Certainly seems for real when he plays the Padres.
No doubt. He's so pesky. Like you hate him, but you'd love him on your squad.
That's it. Bennett Woods brought to you by David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. Big League Wednesday with Brett Boone tomorrow. All guests appear on the SDCCU fan hotline. It's not big bank banking. It is better. Got all the sponsors in. That is it for us. Braden and Frank coming up next for Paul Reindl and Stephen Woods. I'm Ben Higgins saying hi, beautiful, and have a great rest of your Tuesday here on 97.3 The Fan.